You haven't got any music going.
Sound test. Sound test. Sound working 1 minute ago. What's up, guys? Clear?
Okay, I think we are up.
Oh, we're there.
Are we clear?
Do we have sound?
Do we have much of a delay?
It's all
We got
good.
sound?
30-second delay.
Yeah,
That's
there'll
fine.
always be a
All right,
delay. As
kick
long
it
as we've
off.
got sound, but
What's up, legends? And welcome to the OzWheels Live, coming straight from the HQ. I'm your host, Migueli. You might have seen me behind the scenes with the camera in hand, but today Jesse has entrusted me to be your host. Thank you, mate. How you guys going?
good, mate.
Mate, awesome.
Jesse, Tiny, we've got a bit of a big session coming up. Was that ding-a-linging? I'll try to ignore that ding-a-linging. Anyway, we have some unveils, we have some big giveaways, we have some announcements, we have some live questions and answers with you guys, and we're going to have some questions that I've seen over the socials over the last few months that I'm going to hit Jesse with and Tiny with.
Yep.
Make sure you're tagging your friends, make sure you're tagging where you're from. There's a reason we want you to comment where you're from. We've got something cooking. We've got some prizes, like I said. We're going to dive in way back when. This is for the people that don't know who we are and what we do. This guy here, stage right, your left, my right, Jesse Marios, Mr. OzWheels himself. How you doing?
I'm good, bro.
First podcast style thingamajig. Hopefully this goes well.
That's it. Yeah, obviously with the internet bouncing in and out today, it was a bit of a pain, but I think we're ready to go.
Let's tell everyone what OzWheels is and what you're about.
Yeah, okay. So OzWheels started out as a bit of a dream, I suppose, in my head. So I've always been a massive collector, big, small, one-to-ones, anything I could get my hands on that's car orientated, really. So background on me a little bit. I started as a chippy by trade. A few things happened, and that went down the pipeline. So then jumped into the model cars with my old man and started progressing from there. We pitched the idea to Mattel, to Hot Wheels, asked them if they'd be interested in producing it for the market, but they said that there was not a strong enough market in Australia for this style of product. So really, yeah, took it upon myself, man, then and said, well, why not jump in and have a crack myself?
Oh, yeah. We're not going to go into every bit of detail because we do have a bit of a YouTube series coming up where we're going to really, really pull back the covers on everything. But fast forward, you've had your idea, your idea is kicked off, and then that places this man into your hands.
Yeah, so
Tiny.
maybe 3 or 4 months into our first product drop, I started talking back and forth with Tiny, and we started having a chat about different things that we loved and different things we liked collecting. And really, I think we just hit it off, man,
Well,
straight away.
we knew each other for a few years
Oh,
before.
of course.
Before that, we sort of met somewhere and sort of just hit it off and used to talk backwards and forwards every now and then. And
Yeah.
I was into Australian diecast cars and pretty much had everything I could collect in diecast Australian that I wanted, which led me on to collecting other things. And then when you were like, I'm just going to do 164 Aussie cars, I'm like, oh yeah. And and then you just asked me to help out.
That's it, yeah. So it started getting Tiny involved with some of the design work that we were doing with a few different concept ideas and things as well. It just really helped me, man, to have someone to throw ideas back and around, back and forth between each other of, the exact sort of market that I wanted to sell into and what we wanted, or the market we wanted to appeal to. So that was a big part of everything we did at the start, is working together real closely and finding, not only what kind of cars we both love, but the things we're passionate about and how to transfer that passion into models to share with everyone.
I guess that passion now has started to transform this company into doing a bit of real world stuff. Is that sort of balancing out each other there? Obviously, first and foremost, diecast, but our love for, the diecast obviously stems from the real world stuff.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's where it all started for me. I mean, I remember growing up with, and all I ever heard was stories about Aussie classics from my old man, because he was a massive car nut. He loved drag racing, he loved burnouts, he loved anything that was loud and wild and crazy. But growing up in the era that I did, those cars weren't really available to the average person. So, all I ever heard about them was stories and things like that. So my real love and passion for them ultimately grew from the real cars. And this is a big part of what we're trying to sort of accomplish with the brand, really, is mating the collector world with the real car world and showing them that they're one and the same, you know?
Yeah. So that would probably fast forward us without, getting into it too far about what we're doing current day. So we've got all these diecasts, the crazy ideas that you've got, all the crazy concepts that Tiny's got, all of the crews pitching in here and there. Then comes an idea, smoke bomber. Tell us a little bit about
Well, the
this.
first thing about Smoke Bombs, we had our Series 2 launch day.
Yep.
That's the one.
And we got everything ready for that. We got all the cars ready. And it was only like a month and a half before it or something. And I rang up Jesse. What if we do a special launch day car? And you're like, oh, we don't have time for that. I'm like, oh, well, what if we take a model we've already got and we just stick a blower on it to merge it with the Series 2 cars? And we'll do something wild, stupid, and crazy, some design that no one would ever put on a HQ.
Yep.
And he said, pretty much, go for it.
That's it. Well, Tiny knows I'm a big lover of everything vet orientated. I'm a huge supporter of the vets and what they do for us in this country and the safety that they provide for us. So when we came up with the idea, I was like, well, what if we do something military themed a little bit? And I've always loved the bomber theme.
The shark.
The shark mouth. That's that infamous American style bomber plane, with the gorgeous looking pin-up girls on there and all the design cues that rolled into one. And, look at what you did, man. Like, it came out awesome. And the backstory behind the car, guys, that was 100% Tiny coming up with the idea.
So when I design some of the cars, as I'm doing them, I start thinking of like stories to how, if this car was real. Like a lot of the barn finds that we did, a lot of those cars had backstories to them. So I created this story around the Smoke Bomber. And everyone thought it was a real car.
That's right. And that's kind of what ultimately led us into building into a real car.
Yeah,
because
everyone
on
thought
the
it was already
launch
a real
day, of course, we had Handful, Mark and Julie were down here and they did a demo skid for everyone that was in the crowd on the day, which was awesome. But afterwards, we started getting bombarded with questions, even from Mark and Julie saying,
Whose car is this?
Where is this car? You say it's a burnout champion. Well, what is it? Where is it? So then we sort of started going, well, if that's the feedback we're getting from all these guys, then maybe we could show them what we could design in a one-to-one and what we could make that look like.
So you just wanted to turn your diecast model into a real car.
We just want to turn it into a real car.
Pretty much.
That's right. And no one's done that. Normally, someone will take a real car and make a diecast model of it. Who takes a diecast model and then turns that into a real car?
Well, no one that I'd seen, and I've only been in the picture really since this year. I met you guys at the Real World event through Lukey, and as we all know and know Luke now, how did that all happen? Like you guys approached him.
Yeah, so it all
again, he was a mate of mine.
Yeah,
mate of yours?
So he's a mate
I
of
met Luke,
Tiny's, and
did you meet at the Tall Club or what was that?
Yeah, it was. There's a club that you short asses can't get into. There's, like the line at the on the rides at Dreamworld and that. You got to
the
reach
rides,
that.
yeah.
There's this club that you've got to reach that if you can go in. So
They call it
right.
Ginormica syndrome.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, not
yeah,
lame.
that's right.
Yeah.
Luke
Tell us about
Luke
about
contacted
that.
me about a diorama once, and we just kicked it off like I kicked it off with Jesse.
Yeah.
Just became mates, and
So
yeah.
then you guys approached him to build a car because you'd seen.
yeah, and
We
Obviously, what he
started
laughed at
out,
us.
man.
He
We were
laughed at us.
sitting down out the front, having a conversation, and I was
Cigarette.
just scrolling through my phone. Yeah, I was. I'll be honest. I was scrolling through my phone, and I come across a picture of a gorgeous blue blown modified LJ Tirana, and I remember
this was
saying,
actually before OzWheels.
correct, and I remember saying like, that's what I want to make. I want to make real world cars that people see at car shows, car events, things that they can buy merch of when they come to these events and they get involved. So I showed the picture to Tiny and I was like this. And he started laughing. And I'm like, what's your problem? And he goes, oh, well, that's my mate Luke. I know him. He owns that car. And I said, well, get on the phone, make the phone call. So he rung Luke up and then we had a bit of a conversation. And Luke actually brought the Tirana down to our open day. So after I had a really good look over the Tirana and, you know, I was absolutely blown away, I started playing with the idea of, you know, what can we do that's cool and engaging for all the fans of the brand? What's something that we can take around with us to events? What's a way that we can get the collectors involved?
Car.
That's it, man. And have something that was not just a sponsored vehicle by us, but something that we owned that then we could share that with everyone at home and all the consumers of the brand. So the first time that Tiny and I bailed him up, he just laughed in our faces and he was like, I don't build burnout cars.
No,
I don't
it was
do
more like
anything
I don't
that."
build something that's that ugly.
Yeah,
See,
well,
I saw the flip side to this. That's how I met you guys, is because I knew Luke,
Yeah, that's right.
and he came to me, and and his friends was like, "Hey, they're building my car as a model,"
Yeah.
and then the idea of the other thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's really cool to see it all marry together on both sides here,
Yeah.
because you see Luke has a couple of different emotions, and it's either happy or not happy. There's not much between. But to watch him go from nah to really jump on board with that was pretty exciting
I
to see.
think that to actually get him on board, we have to thank his wife as well.
oh,
Yep,
Chantel,
big
if
shout
you're
out to
on
Chantel.
here,
So we'd
thank you.
probably asked him like 20 times, and he'd just laugh at us. And we're at the Eliminators car show,
In
walking
Big
around,
League.
looking at all the stuff, and we're like, Luke, what if you build a car to your quality, but you can rip skids in it? And Chantel was like, you can do that.
Yeah.
Bang.
Something
One of
good.
them
As soon as-
emotions,
as
you know, those two
soon
emotions
as-
he's got. There was this twinkle in his eye.
As soon as she
went to happy.
said, the exact
Yeah.
words were, oh, that'd be easy for you. You could barrel that
And then
out.
I said, we got him. No, you haven't. And then we leave, we're driving home, and bing, bing,
Ding,
there's
ding,
these
ding,
photos
ding,
coming
ding.
of cars, HQs. I'm like, we've got
HQs.
him. No, you haven't. But anyway,
Wow.
that's
Well,
That's
we'll
where we
jump.
went.
We're gonna jump obviously a lot into that when we
Yeah,
do
with
our
the
full
YouTube.
series. But we've now taken Smoke Bomber around. First off was Rocky Nuts.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun. Obviously,
Unveil.
not 100% went to plan, but we took it there. We did the big unveil, and it got a really great response.
Yep.
I know, like, I got emotional, so I couldn't imagine what you felt like.
I was very emotional.
Tiny was crying.
I was.
Straight up just crying.
Well, man,
Which
like, the
I
thing
don't
pretty
blame
much
you.
came from
so-
here. It was emotional when it turned into a diecast car, and then it was a real car.
Yeah, that was a pretty special day.
It was
He was on cloud
something.
9,
Look,
jumping around like.
yeah, I found it hard. I sort of had to go a bit quiet, which is not typical for me because I have the biggest mouth around. But yeah, I was a bit quiet in the car, and it was a bit of a reality check to, you know, where we started and what we've accomplished inside of 12 months, really. And then to have so much support from all the collectors and the fans, and even at Rocky Nuts at the Unveil, I almost felt a little bit bad, if I'm being honest, man, because we were like the 5th car in the unveiling, and all the crowd was around Smoke Bomber. No one walked off anywhere else. They were just
had a stage presence,
It
which
did.
was amazing. And a lot of people there were for the hype. They knew the time frame that you had done it in and everything. But yeah, you know what? We moved on from there. We traveled from there and we took it down to
Motorex.
which was pretty special. A very,
Yeah.
very big event. So, that was originally where we are going to unveil it, but we'd spoken to the Nats team and we got the approval that we should take it to Rocky, and, things worked out. But having it at Motorex with all those insane cars there, that was another incredible event with
man,
it.
wasn't it? And that little cruise, and I mean, Guys, just so everyone knows, we were originally told you're allowed to do little chirpies on that cruise. So all the cars that were hitting it actually got in a little bit of trouble for going a little bit harder than chirpies. But of course, when you have that much horsepower out in one line, like how can you not just give it a little love tap on the throttle?
What's it like being in a car like that? Like, has your Maloo got any power, or it would have felt good?
Look, it's definitely a different feeling
I
for the
can't
Maloo.
talk. I got a
Yeah,
shitty
you and your
Evo.
Evo.
My six-banger Mustang, but nah. Well, that went all well. That brought us to our one of our most recent Brashanats,
Yes, Brashanats.
the
So
OzWheels Brashanats.
that's
Named
exactly right. Everyone will have seen this jump up. So we actually had the idea presented to us about potentially major sponsoring the event. You know, for us to be involved in motorsport specifically is something huge. And the Brashanats event specifically, you know, that is renowned by a lot of these burnout guys as the best burnout comp in Australia. So, you know, if Aussies are known for doing the best burnouts, bro, then it's got to be the best burnout comp in the world.
Oh, I was filming all the burnouts, and this car come out with an American flag on the roof,
Mm.
and it did nothing. I'm not sure if I should post it or not, but it was so poxy. I just wanted to put up a post that was like Aussie versus, you know, America. But you let me know in the comments if you want me to reveal that video, because it was hilarious. I started
I
editing.
think
I
it
was
had
like,
an issue, didn't it? I had a.
oh
think
yeah, I think it
yeah,
was
yeah.
American driver, maybe
Yeah.
something.
You know, car things.
They can't
cars
burn
happen.
out.
That's right.
They can't burn out. So we didn't do a burnout. We thought we were going to hit the pad. We didn't hit the pad. We definitely went down Tire Shredder Alley a few times because I
Oh,
went in the
yeah.
car. You went in the car. Wow, that was fun. That was
Dude.
pretty fun.
Isn't it insane to feel that sort of power? And underneath, like at the beginning, obviously there's a bit of brake involved, right? But then after that, it was just all throttle control into power skid. So it was different feeling that because you can feel it in the car, especially when you're talking components that mesh so well together that you can feel when the brakes are starting to hold and lock and
James
then it
agrees.
starts to go. It was just, man,
Well,
so
you've
much
been
fun.
in Tiny. You've been in Bomber as well. You
Yeah.
did the test skid, the
Yeah.
first ever test skid.
That
What
was
was it
awesome.
like for yourself?
Oh, it was great. It was like, again, it was very emotional. It was like, it was so
Everything-
cool. It
everything's
was
real.
awesome. Hey?
Everything's just like now real. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah,
you
that's right.
blink.
It's so.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
it's a
shit
cool
scared of
feeling.
it. So
But
I can't wait to do it, but I'm very scared of it.
it's awesome. But it's also awesome just standing on the side and watching it.
Watching it. And see,
Watching it is like,
This
yeah.
is a big part of why we wanted to build this car, man, because at the end of the day, we looked at it like this. And I'll just be straight up with everyone at home. I could have paid a boatload of money in tax, or I could have built the smoke bomber and brought that around to you guys to envision and enjoy a little bit of that same feeling that you hear us explaining. Because
The
it's
euphoria is
different.
incredible.
It's different, bro. Like anyone who's done a burnout, done a little skid, had a bit of fun in a car, right? Like it's fun, it's exhilarating, but it's a different emotion. It's a different feeling when you're in something that, you know, that car does 330 kilometers an hour in top gear.
Like I said, I've been in. I went in a different car at Brashanats. You know, one we'll talk about soon. But I did get to sit on the dyno in Smoke Bomber, and it scared the life out of me. And I was trying to film it, and Luke's just big cheesy grin looking at me, and I'm shaking like all hell. But no, it was really cool. And I knew it was not even going anywhere, but I still feared for my life. That thing is it is so fast and rumbly, and that's
So
cool.
many people were asking for footage of it on the dyno. And just so you guys
It's
know at
coming.
home, the reason why we didn't have very good footage of that at the time is because every time he hit past 5,000 RPM, all of us started like walking away from the front of the car. It's like we were terrified of it. It was so loud and angry.
At one point, I put my camera down and put it on timer and I walked the hell away. I'll be the first to tell you how scared I am of it, but I hadn't been around that sort of, you know, dyno tuning stuff as well. So,
Me neither.
no, definitely fun. We
Yes, at Brashanat.
Brashanats, we also had a little surprise.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
Look, obviously, I appreciate so much of what Luke was doing for us and in building the smoke bomber and the amount of hours that he put into the car away from Chantel and Lila as well, you know, and out of the home. So I want to do something special for him, but I kept coming to the same conclusion, man. Like, what do you get a guy that has everything he wants? He buys what he wants, he knows what he likes, he's very specific, and he has it most of the time. So I thought, how else can I do something cool for him? Every time we're in the car, He skips the song every 30 seconds. You would attest to
Every
Oh
that.
different
my
song,
God.
every song.
You ever been in the car with him for like 8 hours straight and you listen to 12 seconds of a song, but the only song that he listens through
Is the one.
is that?
Yep. So that one song, guys, for you at home is
Shout out,
called
Luke.
Drifting in My Capella by $1.80. It is the only song I have ever heard him play start to finish.
He won't even let you sing Happy Birthday in full. That guy doesn't like songs in full, I'm telling you. I actually just recently finished the edit to that.
Yep.
I spoke to $1.80. He's given us he did a TikTok on it as well. So I've embedded those two videos together where I captured you dancing like one of MJ's bloody backup dancers. Luke awkwardly dancing what I would call my wedding dance, just like, yeah, good.
robot.
Don't know what I'm doing here, but singing along, and used to just obviously having a heap of fun. And
Always.
just a moment, like you mentioned it ages ago, what can you give a guy that's got pretty much everything, and it's just a fun experience, and I think that was really cool.
That's it, and something I could share with him too, and the whole crowd as well. That's why I thought it was awesome. And like, in the end, it was supposed to be just a surprise for Luke, but the staff took it upon themselves to hide it from me also. So the last week leading up, I was in meltdown mode because I didn't know if it was happening or not happening.
Or it wasn't happening.
And I was
as far as
running
you were
around
concerned.
like a lunatic, losing my mind. And then
Didn't
on
you
the
still
day,
ask them more than the floor? Have you heard from him yet? Have you heard from him?
oh man, I was up and Adrian every day. Call
You
him,
heard from
call
him? Heard
him.
from him?
I'm like,
I'll
"Nah,
call him.
Give me his number.
I'll call him.
Oh, Yella will talk to me." And in the end, the boys surprised me with him as well. So before we got out onto the pad, I did say to Luke, he's like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Bro, just dance and have some fun." He's like, "I'm not dancing." And I laughed and I said, "If you don't dance, I'm going to be intentionally so goofy, it's going to make you look even worse." So when you see the footage, enjoy, team.
Well, I guess I'm going to address the elephant in the room. We're talking about Smoke Bomber. The people want to know, where the hell, I'll refrain from swearing, where the beep is car number 4? We've had delays. You've told us delays. We've had changes. Where the is it?
Well,
Tell
first
us.
of all, it couldn't be made until the car was finished.
Of course.
So we had to finish the real car, the motor and everything, so that then the factory can work on the car. So we had to wait for that first.
But the biggest thing that we had, guys, is I'll just be straight up honest with you. Once we announced this was going to be an unveiling of the OMG level detail where we put removable bonnets or opening bonnets with full detailed engines in them, things like that, I wanted to make sure that you guys at home would feel like the weight and the product under that banner was 100% worth it. So I actually went back and made them make an entire brand new body tool. We made an entire brand new chassis. We put in dual piece headlights. So the headlights are lensed now on the Smoke Bomber. It has a removable bonnet with a fully detailed engine and a fully new detailed chassis as well. So again, I can't stress this enough, guys. I do apologize for the delay on this, but the reason why is because I actually reinvested that whole car from the ground up. Is all brand new tooling, even including the wheels that we did for it as well.
Yep.
So we've tried to make the car as accurate as we can and get as much into it. And, you know, being the Smoke Bomber and you know, look at the car, how it's finished, man. The model had to be representative of that as well. So we wanted to make sure that the end product was as good as we could possibly get without obviously pushing back R&D time, you know, another 3 or 4 months. But again, you know, I
Correct
do
me if wrong, you did
apologize.
go to China twice, 3 times?
Twice specifically just for this tooling, guys.
Didn't
So I
even take
spent
me.
tons of
Didn't take
time,
me.
man. Tons of
You
time
all
in
go?
the tool shop.
Didn't take Adrian.
Didn't take no
I'm
one.
you
pretty
took
sure
your
there's a
dad.
line,
Oh,
and I'm pretty sure I was here first.
but I hold the camera.
Anyone can hold a camera.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Haven't you seen people that hold cameras like this?
What am I even doing here?
On your bike.
Anyone can draw a picture.
But while I was there, I did take some cool behind the scenes footage to show you guys exactly what goes into the whole process of making these cars, so that when we explain to you how we can do some of this stuff in ridiculous timeframes, you get a bit of an understanding as to why. Because as you can imagine, with other brands that are similar to what we do, they pre-forecast, you know, 12, 18 months, 24 months in advance. So they have infinite lead time to be able to produce this stuff. But what we do that's different to everyone else is we can go from conceptual idea, have tooling done, and have product done inside of 100 days. And that is really, for everyone else in the industry, is virtually impossible. It can't be done in these time frames. It's a lot of the reason why a lot of brands have to delay drops and product drops so far, is because it physically can't be done like this. You'll see it, guys, in your 1-18s, and
They
even
take
from
years.
any of the other
Years.
brands.
You can do a pre-order for those and it'll be years.
I think what I've noticed, and I'm probably speaking out of tongue here, but I think sometimes Jesse gets so excited to show everyone something. He shows them, and then I scramble to be like, hey, when can I show photos of this? But then the craziest thing about Smoke Bomber 4 is I've never seen a photo of what it's going to look like. So for me to be able to put out a photo or a video of it is impossible. But I just know, like, the amount of effort you've gone through, the amount of stress you've gone through, the amount of phone calls, the hours. Like, I hate using my phone. And about 6 months ago, I had to learn to use it because conversations with you don't just happen with 1 or 2 minutes. You know, they're 30, 40, 50 minutes long because every detail has to be cross-checked so many times. So I know I'm biased when I'm sitting in this room talking about a product that we're making, but that product is going to be incredible. If it's anything like what you've said, anything that you've shown me snippets of, like little parts and pieces. I know that the first Smoke Bomber, the final product that you were making was already good, and now you've gone into this OMG line. You know, just to reiterate, what is the OMG line got against the other one? So I've seen a few questions say, what does the OMG have in compared to the FSD? Because FSD, for those who don't know, fully sick detail.
So we've got 3 levels of cars.
3 levels, go.
So three levels.
So we got
Red bellies.
red bellies, which is
Like
dedicated
Which is
to our
essentially
kids.
what Series 1 cars were.
Yep.
But with plastic wheels.
Yep. So that's your bottom tier, sort of.
Yep.
That's our entry level cars.
Yep.
Then we've gone FSD,
FSD.
Fully sick detail.
which is already people are loving them.
Rubber
Yeah.
tires.
So now we're going one
Everyone
extra level.
asked for clear windows forever. Interiors, they asked
windows.
and asked from the beginning.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's your FSD.
Yep.
And those are the comments we're seeing. You know, we see what you want. We can't obviously do everything you want. You know, we will try. But
Hey,
I know you will personally try and do absolutely everything in your mind to do what the people want, but obviously cannot.
Yep.
You know, shout out to Dale. He's one of our
Hey,
big
Dale!
supporters. Hello, mate.
What's up,
He
bro?
said it will be awesome. You know, so this car is so it's anticipated so hard. Like, it's going to be amazing. So what on top of FSD, OMG now, what does that have extra?
So OMG has opening bonnets with detailed engines, and unfortunately, and this was again part of the delay, guys, because there was a ton of engineering to try and get this work. But you will see this later in the OMG models. But at the beginning, they're only going to have opening bonnets with detailed engines. We're going to do a better finish of paint quality finish. And of course, we're going to invest a bit more money in how we do our tampos and our pad printing as well. So any of the, let's call them stamps that you see on the cars. So things like logos and things like that, we've reinvested in a heap of different technology to try and get these as accurate as we can and as clear as we can, even though they're a multi-stage process.
Mm-hmm. Quick question just came through. What are the cars leaning on the pillows?
Oh, are we going into that yet? Or are we going to keep it for a little bit?
Have you hold with us?
How's your script going? What's going on in your thing? What are we up to?
Oh, I'm totally lost, but it's fine.
Well, I didn't say long.
We've jumped around a bit.
No, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're doing all right.
We talked too long about things we weren't supposed to.
I think we jump into a quick game. Let's keep them engaged.
Let's do a game.
Let's do a bit of a game now.
Let's do a giveaway.
Before this happened, I asked Tiny and Jesse to write down a city in Australia. They have them out. Can I have them, please?
They're in the book.
Yep, look.
They're in the book.
Mine's
All
got
right,
the
Adrian,
little-
I'm going to need your help.
Mine's got the little just open it up and it'll be on the right page.
Adrian, the 2 cities we are looking for. You want to come look at them? I can't tell the audience.
You want me to pass them back over to him?
I've got it down.
Oh, they told you.
Oh, there you go.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're looking for 2 cities in Australia that
Cities or towns?
cities, towns, places people live, I guess, that these 2 gentlemen have chosen. The first comment to get them right will win a pretty cool prize out of our prize bin.
Now,
How long are we
prize
doing this
bin,
for?
Not
guys,
Perth.
Just quickly,
Okay.
we can tell you this. The prize bin actually has some really, really cool stuff in there. There's some
Not
toy
Sydney,
bear
not
cars.
Melbourne. That was first done. Jace, Dubbo.
Hey,
Oh!
hey,
There you go, that
Jace!
was mine.
Jace. Just
Right.
Jace! Jazz!
I see his name pop up a lot. He's a big supporter. Richard came up a little bit later. No, Dubbo's
Well, there you
done.
go. Think of something else then. Where else have we
And-
sorted out?
So Dubbo was actually Tiny's
Mhm.
one, so he's gonna pull something out of the prize
Do
bin
that
for
shortly.
you.
You want to keep an eye on
But
these
we've
comments
got
first?
one more, and that one is for me, and I'll give you a teaser. This is one of the locations we are doing a big event at this year.
Sunshine Coast, be a bit more specific.
Let's go a diecast event, not a real world car event.
Oh, that's
Location.
cheating
There you go.
even further.
And they are coming in that fast that
Ready?
I can't even see
Oh,
them.
shit.
I can't even see any comments coming up.
Oh my god. Please slow down.
Bang, 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 bang. Everyone wants to win free stuff. Yes.
Well, there's some good stuff in this bin.
There's some awesome stuff in here, man. If they know what's in here, I feel like they're gonna go harder.
Should we rattle out what's in here?
Not Melbourne.
No, I've got one already here.
Oh.
You guessed.
You got it?
Yeah. I don't know where it is in the line.
Well, that's just going to be the one we
Well,
picked. 'Cause-
All right,
Is
who
it,
was it?
is it Matt?
No, Travis.
Travis. Matt got in later. Travis, your last name there?
Right, stop commenting, guys. Just
Stop
give us.
commenting. We got it. It was
We got it.
Carolina Springs.
Caroline
Caroline
Springs.
Springs.
Boom.
Out way
Diecast
west.
convention.
Way west. Is it West Melbourne?
West Melbourne.
West Melbourne. I went there once. Shit off.
Right. So,
All right, guys. So
who we got? Jace.
Jace, and
Jace.
Travis.
And
we have
Travis.
we have a bin here full of prizes.
We've got. What have we got in there? Toy Fair, original Toy Fair cars.
Toy Fair 1 cars.
Yep.
Do we
Toy
tell them?
Fair 2 cars.
Yep.
That's what you tell.
That's all you can tell.
Something
Oh,
else
come
that
on.
I'm not allowed to say to you, but
One
there's
more.
some cool
Nope.
stuff in here.
There's also some clothing merch.
There
is
is.
clothing
There
merch
is
as well.
some merch. Let's give them that
But
one.
All
there's
right,
some
so
kick-ass
to
cars
make
in
it fair, guys, all the cars are in the blister packs, but also the names of the merch are in blister packs as everything. So the boys can't be biased when they go in there and reach, because you could feel a jumper way more. So, sorry? Yeah, pick it up. This is like he can't see. He's
Oh, there we go.
taller than
There we go.
shit.
Oh, I just look away.
Yeah, I was just going to look
I just
away.
pretend. It's like the Smoke Bomber 4 car. It's there, but just not there.
Righto.
All right.
Here we go.
You two
Who's
boys.
going to win something awesome? Jazz is.
Who's this for Jazz Jazz?
Yep.
Sorry for saying it wrong.
Yeah, apologies.
What is it?
OG Smoke.
Original
Oh.
Smoke Bomber.
OG Smoke Bomber.
OG Smoke Bomber.
The only place to get these was if you came to the launch day
Yep.
or giveaways through us directly.
Yep.
So
And
there you
promo
go.
comps.
Did you come to the launch day, mate? Have you got one yet? But this is what you've just received, OG Smoke Bomber.
Well, I hope not. And
I hope you did come, but
well, I mean, I hope you
missed
did
it.
come, but I hope you don't have one.
Come
Come on, give me one for Travis.
You two boys,
Oh, I
make
can
sure
feel
you
it. I got some mojo
make sure
going.
you message us with your address, boys. We've screenshot your name, so don't try and
Oi, another
go,
Smoke
OG.
Bomber OG.
And hold that up the camera, just show people that there
You're welcome,
are,
Jazz.
there are,
Jazz,
it's not
Jace.
just smoke bombers that are in there, guys.
I'm gonna message you now, mate.
That's wicked.
Right.
Seriously, guys, out of everything that we've done, this would have to be up there, even that what we will do. I mean, I do have some psycho crazy ideas for what we might do in the future, but this specifically has been something that I've been super passionate about. And, you know, to flip the script and do everything in reverse, like we were talking about before, you know,
And I
it
think
was
it's
crazy.
it's also just because everyone seemed to jump on board with it. Everyone just seemed to like, oh wow, that's different because it's different. It's different to anything that anyone would ever put on a HQ.
Well, look, I'll be honest with you, bro. A lot of that's because when you make officially licensed product, guys, the manufacturer actually gets a bit of input and say into what these cars look like and how they turn out. So a lot of the time, unfortunately, you won't see stuff like this getting made by a lot of big brands because they just won't take the risk. But I've built some pretty amazing relationships with the guys that handle our licensing now, so they actually give us a bit more free roam. It's why you see things like the fluoro pink VL. You know, that's not something that they would actually license typically to be produced because it never came in a color anything like that. So for us to be able to do it, that comes purely from guys that understand our vision and our passion for what we love, and let us.
And we
let
do
us
know
run
you love
wild.
your pink.
Pink.
I mean, that's
Like,
pretty.
I have
pretty rad. Pretty rad.
I have nothing that's pink
That's from my
except
daughter.
for diecast cars.
And you're a ginger. When you go out in the sun for about 13 seconds, you get pretty pink.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm ginger.
You know, every
real
car that we've done in pink so far, my daughter picks those. My 9-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
That's
so
why,
when you're
guys,
bullying
so-
him, you're bullying
Yeah.
his daughter.
Don't bully my kid.
You children bulliers. do we want to do one more of them?
Yeah.
Why don't
Yeah.
you work out one together?
Oh, what?
Out of town.
All right.
You got
we're
one.
doing another one of them.
We could do the mystery bag first round.
All right, we'll do
We
the
got
mystery
another
band
town.
first round. I got a bit of a game here that I
Yeah.
wanted to play with these boys. I really wanted to test if they knew their own brand.
Oh,
okay.
no.
So
I'm
I've got
shocking
Adrian.
at this game.
I've got Adrian to put some cars into some mystery bags. Now, let me just chopped one. Let me just see if I can put up the webcam right here in the middle of your screen. Some mystery bags. Now, they're a bit weird looking. Anyway, I'm going to give one to each of you boys. I need you guys to comment.
Oh, crap.
Hold up, don't look, don't touch.
Oh, okay.
Put it down.
Naughty.
The first two people to comment the words OzWheels 2025 will be playing in this game.
Ooh.
There's a delay, so hold your horses.
But they're going to fly through when they start. Keep looking at the screen.
Ready? Ready? Go. Oh, damn, I missed the delay.
God, I hope I'm there.
Ready? It's coming. Bang, bang,
There
bang,
it
bang,
is. We've got Caleb.
bang. Oh, no, hold on. Go up. Look.
Oh, yep. Stop, pause. Don't do it anymore.
Stop commenting.
Ah, it was Caleb for sure. Oh, there's so many now.
There's so many.
Dasman Collectibles and Graham Morgan, I believe. Okay. Oh, there's so
Oh, there
bloody
is
many.
so many. All right, everyone, stop commenting quick. Is that as far back as we can go?
It's as far back as I could go. Please stop commenting. This is a bad idea.
We apologise if we pick the person that's not the first person.
Yeah, if we
Yeah.
didn't see it, guys, we tried to pull them as quick as they came up, but about 20 of them went boom.
Yeah, so I saw, it's on me, guys. I saw Dasman Collectibles and I saw Graham.
They said Caleb.
I saw Caleb third.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Caleb. I did say his name first, but I then realised that there was there.
There's going to be lots of opportunities to do this, guys, so just bear with us while we
And
churn
if you
through
have a
them.
problem with who we pick, Miguel is picking the.
It's Miguel.
His fault. It's not ours.
M Shaw Media, not
That's
Hot
right.
Wheels.
right.
Just,
All your complaints and yeah, over the M Shaw Media.
All right, great. All right, so
Right, so what are we doing with these?
I need you guys to tell
Hang on,
me
yeah.
what. Pick it up.
Is he allowed to pick it up yet?
Pick it
I'm
up.
holding the
Pick it up,
bag,
you
look.
big baby. Pick it
Baggy.
up.
So if they get it
Do
right,
we hold the bag? or
You're
hold
playing
the car?
right now for Dasman.
Do we? Okay, so what do we have to pick? Do we have to pick the car?
Do you want me
what,
to
the
tell
colour?
you?
Yeah, go. Sorry.
Pick it
Make
up.
sure you go to M Shaw Media and complain about this bully, guys. He's reading
up
out
the-
bogus names and he's bullying us.
You want to? We're not going to need a speaking stick for him. All right, pick up the car. Tell me what it is to a T. I need to know what the model
colour?
it is.
yeah.
I don't know about the color.
Nah,
Yep.
let's just run the model.
If you get it,
Oh.
Dasman Collectibles will keep it. If you
Okay.
don't, Graham
Graham.
keeps it.
Keeps
Do we
it.
also have to
I'm
pick,
playing for you, Graham.
do we also have to pick if it's a red belly or what do we have to do?
Adrian,
How close do we have to get?
just tell me what's in the thing. This is going on till
car and
midnight.
series.
Car
Okay.
and series.
Go.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Go.
Go. Kick
How long
it.
do I get?
Now, 30 seconds. No, 10 seconds, because you're wasting
5,
time.
2,
You can start doing
3,
yours.
4. Oh, yes. Oh, I know this one.
It's some sort of Ford.
All right, you're
I'm
playing
crap.
for Dasman. Come on, Dasman needs this.
I'm not a Ford man. It's a XW maybe.
Sorry, David. We know there's a delay. It's about 30 seconds, I think. But
Sorry, how much time are these things going to
come on, that's it. Tell me now, Tiny.
I
No
have-
Tiny's first.
It's an XW something.
an
I don't
XW?
know. It's got rubber
Show me.
tires.
Show me.
I don't know.
If it's an XW, we'll give it to Daz. We're gonna play.
It's the brand new one.
It's an
Yeah, FSD.
XW.
That's what I'm like. It's an XW. What are we doing with XW that's like
Give me
been
that.
released? It's like I didn't think the new ones would be in there. I thought this would be old stuff. There you go, XW.
Oh,
There we
Going straight
Bro,
to
boom.
Graham.
Are
Graham
we
with
gonna
an
do it
X.
now? We're gonna do Jesse first.
That's for you, Graham.
No, Daz, wasn't it, if he picked it?
No, did he pick it?
Yeah.
I thought you said he didn't.
Yeah,
Sorry,
he picked
Yeah,
Daz.
it's an XW.
I'm shit at this.
Oh, Biggie's
It's a Ford. I picked it.
All right, what prize are you getting, Daz?
Can you write that for Daz? Rightio. Yeah.
Oh!
Dad.
Hey, two
And what's that?
Toy Fair 2025.
Oh, no, it's an XY, isn't it?
XYU.
There you
There
go,
you go.
Daz. Tasman
Fair
has
car,
just won
mate.
himself a Toy Fair.
Oh, how
Congratulations.
good's that?
Congrats, mate. Can
Now,
we write that for Daz?
Graham,
That was nerve wracking.
I got this. Ready? I got this, Graham.
All right.
It's
And
it's red belly.
Red belly.
I reckon this is the advent calendar car.
Yep.
And I think
one?
this is a fuel injected suicide machine body.
Ooh.
I'm a thinking. I reckon
So what was that car? What
I
was
think
that car in the advent car? What was it?
it was a HQ.
Yeah, no, but what was the livery on it?
The bad Santa
I
one.
thought you like to call it
think so.
Naughty
library.
Santa. I mean, I called it bad Santa, but wee library. Ready? Oh, I'm sick of this game. Yes.
Naughty but nice.
You're sick of it or sick at it?
Oh, both.
Oh,
that's pretty
Just kidding.
cool.
I
Give
love
us a
this
look.
game.
No.
I was a bit
What's he
the
winning?
bad Santa.
What's he winning?
All right, what are you winning,
This
Graham?
is for Graham.
No, Graham.
I'm on. I can. Oh, right. I can feel it. What's this?
Graham,
You want a T-shirt? A Summernats T-shirt. Boom.
can you please write in the comments, Graham, what size you are? There better not be
Well,
multiple.
mate,
Grahams.
he's got to message us probably one.
Yeah, message us
don't
as
put it in
well.
the comments. We'll lose it.
One more.
Let's
Okay,
do it.
well, here we go.
There you go. Look, we'll put those
That
ones
was
in the middle.
nerve wracking.
I love this.
You ready to get
Especially
these
seeing it was
comments?
next
Because this
slide.
is going to kill me.
Right, I go what?
All right, I'll stand too, guys.
All right, the word that we are looking for.
Or you want to go the date of the launch day.
Oh, yeah. That'll be harder for them to go. Yep, that's it.
They've already
Do that.
heard that. The
Right.
date of our launch day.
Series
What
2
date
launch
was it?
day.
The date and the year.
And the time.
Series 2 launch day. Yes!
And
Because
the time.
Stop yelling.
we told people. Oh, sorry.
What was Jesse wearing?
Wait, no,
Nothing at all.
What?
you're doing this one. You can start practicing.
Oh, okay. Practicing.
Yep.
Yeah, you need a bit more lead time.
Graham
It's a red
Fraser.
belly.
Graham Fraser. Oh, August 24. David said, what date?
I don't need
14th,
any more
Shane, nope.
practice.
19th,
Nope.
nope. 24th, nope. 24th, nope.
Google it!
Date if launch day. Date of launch day. 14th, no.
Exact date and time, guys. You got this. Come on.
24th, 14th,
We
nope.
need the time?
June 18, nope.
Oh.
14
Well, I
June.
just figured someone would Google it.
Google it, yeah. I hope you can find it.
June
You
June
Google it, can't
24.
So
No,
many people saying June 24. You're close, guys, but you're not.
I wasn't here.
It starts
No,
with
it's
an AUG.
you? Here we go. Hint coming up.
12th of August 24.
Hint incoming. Hint incoming.
17th.
Boom, boom.
10th. 10th. When was it released?
I didn't want to
29th.
say it.
There
out
it is.
loud.
Dave James is the first I see. The 4th of August.
Yes.
Boom, Dave. Yes.
Dave James.
You are our champion winner. All
Right. We going?
right. Now we got to pick something for him.
Pick
I-
something for him.
All right.
No, you don't need to open
Big
that.
Oh, we don't need that one. Okay.
Oh, not.
Huh?
Oh, what?
No, I got a prize bin for him. He picked the August. Or we're gonna do.
It was a
this
trivia
for
one.
this.
No, it was a trivia one.
Trivia one. See.
He is with the
He's
trivia.
playing silly games
I
with
know,
me.
he's trying to
eh?
throw us off.
Yeah, he's throwing us off.
Oh, Toy Fair #1.
Oh, OG, original Toy Fair.
Oh, I haven't
First
seen
one.
them.
Check that out,
Sick.
bro.
That's cool. That's
Good score.
very cool.
Dude, congrats. That's a wicked one to win.
Even Big Luke, 11th. You can't. You're
He
not
was
winning.
Yeah, he was there. How's he forget?
Alrighty.
See, guys, he's doing the work for you.
He's got more OzWheels cars than I do, so he's not winning anything.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah, go on.
Bit of a delay. All right, we're gonna stop the fun for a minute and get back into the
Well, what did I get this for?
serious. I don't know. Just hold on to it. Practice. We could do more. All right. So we've just launched the FSD Series 1. We've had an incredible response on the socials. Anytime I post something, my phone goes wild, your phone goes wild, and we sit there and have a conversation on how annoying our phones are, but it is only a good thing.
That's it.
They are loving it. Tell us a bit about how you came up with the ideas of having these cars in there? Because there's a couple of my favorites that you've released in here.
Yeah, well, look, again, for FSD Series 1, we wanted to do something different that wasn't just putting, obviously, the clear windows and interiors in previously done tooling. So we wanted to add full ground up, brand new body tools. So, of course, went back to the drawing board and thought, well, what are some of our favorites? What are the cars that we love and we see all the time at events and things like that? Because, again, we're really trying to merge that real world car group in with the collector community. So we came up with a few bangers, I think. So we were asked a ton for the A9X.
Oh
We were
man, that's
getting
one of my favorites.
smashed for it. You know, I ended up having a bit of a look through the colors and picked the Barbados green because I thought it just looks tasty on that body shape. XD Falcon, again, you know, we get asked all the time. People are saying that all we do is make Holdens. Guys, just to be clear, I am a Ford man. Watch it. All right.
I'm with him. I'm
But-
with you. So
But
I'll sit on this side.
unfortunately,
I'll sit on the found and rubbish dump side.
we do just follow what the market dictates, guys, and what the market wants. And, you know, and the current sales statistics we have on hand, it's typically that it's more heavily weighted to the Holdens than the Fords, which does suck a little bit for me as a Blue Oval fan. But, you know, this is why we thought we'd throw in a few bangers like the XD Falcon. I mean, everyone
But
loves
you can't
an
go.
XD
You can't go
Falcon.
wrong with that. Like even Holden.
Which
guys should
reminds you of like
appreciate the
cruising
XD
around a
Falcon.
dad's car or something, man. Like,
That's
My
it.
mates had XD Falcons when I was
Yep.
younger. Well, I didn't know I had Holdens, but yeah.
yeah, see,
And
I'm
if we
a
had
bit,
to go
I'm a
somewhere
bit
in it,
young
we
for that.
had to, but yeah.
Us
But,
over here were born in the 90s.
Yeah. I was living in the 90s.
Oh,
Oh,
bet ya.
Living.
Yeah,
Living.
through his teenage years.
That's right. Exactly.
How was the tie-dye shirts and baggy pants?
I reckon that you could pull off a tie-dye shirt and baggy
I love a
pants more than I
tie-dyed
could.
shirt. I don't know why I'm giving you shit about it, but
That's right.
Me
Exactly.
too. Don't
Woodstock
worry.
99.
Tie-dye car. No.
So
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
so that's where we went to. So in the FSD, we wanted, again, something a bit different. So we added in the XD Falcon to give us a new Ford. Of course, the VLs, specifically the Calais, is probably one of the most sought after cars.
It's probably
that
the
we've
most
done.
popular car that we've done.
It's
yeah.
been
Like,
one of the most
the
popular
VL
cars
just
we've
went
done.
off.
So this is why we thought,
Sorry, I just saw need a
that in.
Mitsubishi Magna. I'm with this guy.
dude, I had a Magna.
My parents had a Magna.
Oi,
I know I got the
It was
I
a
got the
square
Lancer.
one. It
you
looked a bit
got a
like a Ford.
I got a
Lancer.
Lancer. Tasty A9X. You own a Maloo. Yeah.
Yep.
I did promise to read some of these comments, but they are coming through so fast that I'm kind of half missing them here. But do you have a brother called Michael who's a teacher?
Nope.
He must be another hot guy.
Mm,
Who said it was hot?
Miguel did.
Uh,
But then other than that, well, we got the Maloo, of course. So the Maloo I've always wanted to do, guys, since I bought one last year. We did a bit of a promo thing tied around to when we did our Bathurst launch drop. So bought the Maloo from down in Victoria, got it freighted up. Typical OzWheels Jesse fashion. Gets it delivered off the truck with 22s on it and bags.
These tyres.
Needs tyres. Drove up to AOK on
Yeah.
the north side. They threw some new tyres on it, and the next morning at about 3 a.m.
We drove it back in the
Vulture
dark.
there.
I followed
Yeah.
you back in the dark.
Caboolture?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good people.
they're
Yeah,
great
real good
people.
people.
I got onto them
Fantastic.
because of Lukey. Luke knows everyone.
Yeah, if you need tyre guys, AOK, they looked after me, slotted it straight in.
But we drove that back at night time. It was dark when we drove it back.
Yep.
And then we got up at what was it? 3
Yeah, about 3 o'clock in the
to leave for
morning.
Bathurst.
Then jumped in the car and drove, 1,300 kilometres almost to Bathurst from where we were. So that was a bit interesting. The first big OzWheels road trip.
It was fun. It was
Yeah,
good.
I think so. I mean, it was rough.
It was.
The 22s don't like
It's a
the
lot
bumps
better
in
now.
the
You got
road.
19s on it. It's a totally different
Oh,
car.
isn't it?
He still can't skid.
Yeah.
I've seen a few comments about the BA. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, that we actually did show a prototype to the BA. So the BA is happening.
Yep.
Don't know when, but it is happening. Is that the prototype down there?
That is right
May
here
I
down the
see
front.
it?
You certainly may, bro.
Let me just get a good camera angle on this. The BA. Fat laps around the car park. There you go. Any news on what BA it's going to be, or are we going to leave that for a cool, tasty segment later?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm kind of caught a little bit between two worlds with this because I have my favorite color in that shape, but then I'm also a little bit nostalgia tied to one of the first cars I learned to drive in, and that was my old man had a phantom grey, like a gunmetal grey coloured BA XR8 first edition, like first 20 that they built. And
Let me
man,
guess, you like the acid green. You would like the pink.
Look.
If it's not pink or green, he doesn't like it.
no, well, look, I love yellow, but you know, look,
Yellow,
what's a
yellow, yellow.
But yeah, so there's a few different options in what we can do with that. Obviously, a ton of people have been saying that they love the blue, which is my favorite color. That Ford blue is just
Oh, mate.
delicious on that body. But then also, you know, if you wanted to go to a citric acid and go something light and wild and crazy and in your face, I mean, that's also an option too, guys. So
Pretty much, it's not locked in yet.
I
That's it.
reckon maybe I put up a
Orange with
post.
taxi written on it.
you know
Orange
what?
taxi.
Let's do that. How
Ooh.
about this, guys? We've been playing with this idea for a little while, and I have said this from the very first day I started, that if the brand ever got big enough, that I would love to be able to cherry pick the occasional car that we put out to you guys at home in a poll version and let yous pick the color. Now, if I do this though, guys, it can't be, you know, 500 people vote or 800 people vote. Like, we're tiptoeing up around 10,000 followers now on Facebook. So by that metric, guys, you need 5,000 or 6,000 of yous to jump on and vote. If you're happy to do that, maybe we could look into doing that with the BA.
I'll make a post. I'll get something ready and give you a bit of a poll. If it goes well, we'll let the people choose.
Fluoro pink. Everyone loves fluoro pink.
Gold. Can we just chrome like gold dipper car? That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, Super Chase.
Oh, you know, I actually went one step further and I got one made out of a piece of gold.
Oh, like his butt.
I'm trying to organise so I could give it away to everyone.
We've got a few custom pieces
I'm
of
just too
gold.
cool for that.
Well, I think we will move on and I will ask you the question the people have been asking.
Yep.
You can answer it or you can walk out of here in shame. Totally up to you. What is the 7th car we have told them about? Can you give us a hint? Can we have a
So,
hint?
I believe earlier on I told everyone it had a little bit of a post-apocalyptic type feel to it. And we've been humming and hawing as to whether or not we unveil this today or not. There's a few other things going on in the background, but it is ultimately one of the most world-renowned Ford shapes. It's really, it's at the epitome. It's at the tippy top of the pyramid.
If I was, I'm a Holden man. If I was going to own a Ford, it'd be AU, which I do own, or this
I
car,
think this one might start with a little later in the alphabet.
or this car. What's that? Or this car?
So it is something really, really special, guys, that we've worked on. It's a whole brand new ground up tool, every single component of this. And to be honest with you, I've actually released the chase version of this as
Ford Taurus.
A Ford Taurus. That is it.
that's the one. It's a Taurus. Good job.
What about has anyone ever thought about doing some kind of van we can put OzPost on? Free lollies.
Oh. The OzWheels van. Come and get in my car.
Well, there you have
children.
it. You've had a bit of an inside scoop there of what the 7th car could be. The only thing I can tell you is it doesn't go by a person's name.
And it's not one you can order and buy.
That's right. And
It's
it's
not
not
gonna
when you
be
can
the
order and
seven-
buy.
yeah.
This is only done as a chase, guys. So total overall numbers on this, I will 100% confirm the exact number, but you're looking around 600 pieces out of 180,000.
For the raw.
Holy poop.
And you all know what the Super will be. 96.
The Super will be
96.
96. And this is the reason why we do it, guys. We get a ton of questions as to why we do them in that volume. Well, to be completely straight up about this, production cost on those to get the bodies chromed and the amount of waste that we have and how we have to throw them away to
Find that
produce
comment.
these, they
Find that
actually
comment.
cost a substantial
one.
amount more than even
The funny
retail
one.
pricing. So
The funny one.
we do this as, again, not a way to make any money. We actually lose money in producing these, but we want something cool for you guys at home that can have something special that cannot be re-replicated. And ultimately, that's the thing, because specifically with our products, we can do crazy colors and things like that, guys, if we do chase cars, but it can be copied. It can be done if someone gets the paint color right. Whereas doing them with the chrome body,
Seems
it
very
cannot
hard.
be replicated perfectly. You know, there are guys that do try to chrome plate them. There are guys that try to use chrome paints and things like that, but they never look perfect like the chrome dipped cars
That's it.
are.
Just quickly, thanks for joining us, Mark. We appreciate you coming out and spending a bit of time with us, mate. We'll see you in the next one, hey? Mark's not doing too well, so he's going to jump off.
Oh, mate, I hope you're feeling better. I hope it's not something we did or something
No,
we
Mark,
said.
he's the guy we did a video for a little while ago in the comments. Marky Allen.
He's got a headache from listening to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk a lot of shit. Sorry, bro.
All right, so moving through these comments a little bit, let's see what we have here. You know what?
Scooby-Doo.
Totally off Scooby-Doo van. Someone said
Seven car, Scooby-Doo van.
Scooby-Doo van. I like it.
Oh, what do you reckon, guys? Pop culture set?
Scooby-Doo van. That would be pretty fun.
Maybe OzWheels needs some movie licensing.
Maybe.
Will you guys be coming to Gazanats? Handfuls going. Would love to get some up there.
Ah, no,
We have to
unfortunately,
miss.
we are not.
We have another event on the same time,
Yes, we do.
which we will
is-
talk about.
Yeah.
We'll talk about very, very shortly in the next segment. This
In the
segment is
next
brought to you by DDA. We have a couple of events coming up.
Yep.
Not was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday you were
Yeah.
at one?
Yeah.
You tired, poor man.
All GM day.
All GM day. We were out yesterday. Well, Adrian was out. And this coming Saturday, Growl Racing, Queensland Raceway. We are going to that one.
Yeah, Chris from Growl Performance
Mr. Chris Morris.
reached out and said, hey, we've got an event on. Would you like to come down, bring some cars down, have a bit of fun, make some cool content, and of course, sell some cool cars to everyone on site? So we thought, well, why not get involved? He's supporting us, so we'll support him.
Yeah. So I did a bit of a call out to try and G these two boys up to bring their cars, the Maloo, my rice burner Evo. And Lukey was going to bring his F truck or maybe his tonner, but Lukey's just had surgery, so he's not going to. He's going to be on bed rest for his leg for a couple more days, so he's going to be out.
We'll
But
count that as an L for him, though.
yeah, I think he was
Let's-
just a
let's
bit
just run with
scared.
that.
It's all right, Luke.
He was scared.
We're
it's
coming
okay.
for you. Have you actually? You've driven next to that F truck of his, hey?
Yeah,
That just
I won.
pisses me off.
I won.
I took the.
Only just.
Did you? Did
Just.
your head start like?
No.
We're going down Cavill Ave or like somewhere in the Goldie, and I was in the wife's I-30N, and I thought this thing was fast as, and I just took off, and he's just gone. He was just see you later.
Yep.
And he had the trailer on.
Yeah, probably.
He pulled down beside me on the highway and he hit it, and then he looked at me out the window. So I was like, oh, yes, dump it 2 gears and smashed it, thinking I would just go boom past him. And I had about this much on the front of the F truck
Oh,
all the way.
yeah. Maybe if we asked him,
It
it
was
would
a
be the other
sad
story.
day.
So I might be taking the Evo if it's ready to go,
Ooh,
because the Mustang is way too slow. We've got you possibly going. We're just going to work out
Ooh.
that. I've spoken to Chris. We just got to select the events that we want to go in, but we were thinking more on the lines of just sort of a play me versus you versus them kind of idea that we're still got happening.
Yep.
We've spoken to Chris about that. We've also spoken to was it someone else we've spoken to about doing that? Maybe the talk one, another
Oh,
event
yeah.
as well.
Yep.
So we're gonna line something like that up where me versus you versus Tiny can bring his Commodore and we'll just have a bit of
Oh,
fun,
my
make a bit of
V6.
content. Maybe do a
Yeah.
bit of a
No.
maybe do a bit of an Osworthy invite day where we can invite some of the cool
That
cars
would be
down
cool.
and do something like that. After that,
FSDs will not be available.
FSDs will not be available this weekend at the Growl Racing.
But most
No, they
other
will
stuff
not.
be running. Yeah, so we will have
Um,
a trade stand there, and most other stuff will be available.
But FSD1 will not be there.
Yes. Do we want to touch base on how the pre-orders have been? There's been a bit of confusion on how that's worked because we send out FSDs and then other places sometimes put them up before the day that we want,
Mhm.
or pictures get out. When after we get the product, which we don't have on our hand yet, they will be distributed. Then people can get them. So
Today was supposed to be the unveil of the product.
Yeah, so we were originally supposed to unveil them today. Of course, we wanted to get the information out to our retail network as fast as we possibly could, guys. And unfortunately, as soon as the email went out, pre-orders went straight up. So obviously, this is something we're not, what's the word? It's not abnormal for it to happen, I suppose. It does seem to happen on every release.
but it still takes you by surprise when we do
Yeah.
plan
Yeah,
and
it does.
We have stuff ready to go, but
We were hoping to show you
how
something
much is the
cool,
ticket,
guys, with some
David? I'm
up-close
not too sure,
personals,
mate.
and then unveil the FSD card art to you today and tonight, and show you what the cars look like and on the cards, and of course talk about the backdrops, because as you will have seen across Facebook, these are all Australian landmarks. That's why we've done them like that. Tiny come up with the idea and thought it would be something cool to have it so that it's proper reference to our Australian car culture.
Yep.
Do we know how much the event is for Grail Racing?
Oh,
For
I do not know
spectators.
that.
I believe that the last one was only around the $20 mark, maybe less.
For spectators?
What's that?
For Grail Racing. There's a question come
Yeah,
through.
it's $20. I think.
About $20, yeah.
Don't exactly quote us. It could be 20, 25.
Yeah, it might be 25
somewhere around that
or
mark.
something like that, but
Kids
around.
under 16 are free.
Yeah,
Okay,
under
well, there you
16
go.
might
We
be
think
free.
kids under 16 might be free.
Chris is awesome.
But you're
Mate,
probably
Chris
best to
Morris has
Google it,
been
not believe us.
absolutely the best. We did the Pulse Performance Expo. He was nothing but accommodating. That guy's a
Oh,
legend.
man, so
Doing a
good.
lot of things for the car industry at the moment. I know he's got his own page where you can go on there. You need anything to do with your car. He's got a whole index there ready to go. He
Yep.
also got his own car club. You know, he's running these events. He's very, very accommodating. So big shout out to you, Chris. You've been nothing but
You're a
helpful.
legend, bro. Thank
Absolute
you.
legend. After that,
It's on to Loco Reps.
yeah, he got us onto a couple of things that we will unveil in another segment here. But the Loco wraps that you would have saw on the car we showed you at Brasher.
$20 entry.
$20 entry. Kids under 16 free. Get out to Growl Racing at Queensland Raceway this Saturday.
Now, just quickly on that too, guys, we do get asked a lot online why we're going around to so many of these events. So for us specifically, to be able to host these events ourselves, obviously there's a lot of money and time invested that goes into that, and to host them properly. So it is easier for us at the moment to tag onto events with all these other guys all around the country, where we can make sure that we're getting to all the different states as well, so we can get a bit of face time with all the collectors. Because ultimately, guys, if I had infinite money, I would host every month. We'd have a new event in a different state, diecast orientated. But at the end of the day, if we did something like that, guys, it's just less money in tooling we get. It's less money into models we get. It's less different variations of product that we get. It's less R&D money even. So for cool products, which, you know, if you behave yourself at the end, I might even show one. But we'll see.
There we go. Moving on, some more comments here. I've seen a couple of people suggest this, and I think, you know, I'm not sure how how it would work, but over the space of the year, we could release each Nats winner. Cool idea.
Ooh.
I know I asked once, like, if we could do certain liveries of cars. I mean, obviously, it's not just the licensing on Ford and holders. You got to license with certain other elements,
With
you know.
the drivers specifically. Guys, that is a brilliant idea, and it is something that I've played with a few times in my head. Ultimately, that comes down to is, one, the person who won the event has to actually be willing to let us make the model. And two, then also it becomes a licensing thing, because a lot of the times with these brands, they don't see the value in their car being made as a model, so they want licensing, royalties, things like that, which of course is absolutely reasonable. But it then makes it difficult for us to be able to negotiate these things, because ultimately I never ever want to increase the price to our end consumers on these products. So we want to make sure that whatever we do, we can always bundle it all together so that it works properly, I guess, and we don't end up raising the prices on products, and making sure we can get the coolest products to you guys as fast as we can.
We had a comment that said they could get miniatures of you guys made.
So,
Oh, I just got a message saying that.
I don't know what you
Jesse's
would
going to be
do.
on a trampoline.
I don't know
Hang on,
what
some
you
guys.
would do with a little Jesse figurine. I don't know about that.
Punch monkeys.
Just got a bit of technical difficulties, I think. Just stopping for a second.
Maybe I could do like one of those punch toys, and it's like when you punch it. What's up, guys?
That's right. Jesse.
Don't get a chase.
Yeah. Where's my chase? Oh,
Are
what's up,
we-
guys?
Guess he's going to be on a trampoline.
Well, how he bounces. What's up?
That was ages ago. Just replying to Jess.
So what do we know? Is it all still working properly?
Just
Okay.
having a pause.
Hey. Righto.
Just having a pause.
We could do it, I guess, while you. Oh, maybe I don't know.
Oi, we could play with some bags.
Someone did comment asking for a up close of something that is rather overscale down there.
Oh. You
Spotty
mean...
sport.
Yeah!
Sorry.
You mean this. There you go.
Have
bud.
you got us live?
Yeah, he said it was working.
Up to date?
Yeah.
Oh, just my wife is being a bit weird, like usual. Now I have a little something something here that I'm going to show you. Tell us a bit about it.
So this is the hand-decorated sample of the OG smoke bomber. So at Toy Fair this year, my old man got that knocked together for me as a bit of a surprise because obviously he knew we were pretty heavily deep into smoke bomber at the time and what we were doing. So he got this organized from the factory for me and got it shipped over so that I could have a bit of a look. Now this is a one of one. This is one that they have not produced and are not producing. They are going to produce the brand new version of it though, and we're going to see that in a few different variants, which is going to be really, really cool.
And you may notice like DDA came on as a sponsor for the smoke bomber, so that's why we're going to get this. These guys are making the model.
Yeah, so they jumped on, of course, DDA being mum and dad. Dad said to me, how do I get the rights to do the 124th? And I was like, well, jump on as a sponsor to the build and we can talk about it. So, of course, they did straight away and yeah,
But how
there we
cool
are.
is it going to look? Like it's going to
Oh,
look
man.
sick in that scale.
It's
Yeah.
going to look incredible. And especially, so this is, again, this is a hand-decorated sample, but the
that's
next
right.
one that they do is
Yeah.
going to have so much
more.
detail
That's
in
right.
it, man. It's
Yeah.
going to be unreal. It's going to be very, very, very accurate to the
Very
one-to-one.
cool.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm going to move on to the next event that we have coming up, and that one we are taking Smoke Bomber to. And
Oh,
I'm talking about the
yes.
Mackay Rod and Custom Motor Show, which is going to be on July 5th up in Mackay itself,
Yep.
or Mackay.
McCoy.
McCoy. Now, Brendan, who runs it, is a judge for the Nats. He's given Luke and yourself an invite to come out, and they've actually put more bitumen down to open up a pad so Smoke Bomber can do a
And
demo.
do some skids. That's right. So how cool is that, guys? Like, I don't
The
reckon...
skids.
Who has better sponsors, people that they deal with than that, supporters of the brand, guys? They specifically invited us to this event. We are the only burnout-orientated car that is going to be up there for this purpose. And then they've turned around and laid new asphalt for us so that we can have a bigger pad to do a bit of skids on.
That's right.
So, awesome news for the OzWheels team. Bit of unlucky news for the smoke bomber. She's about to cop a hiding, but that's what it's for, and that's really
should
the
be good.
goal. So
Hopefully.
I'm hoping this is
Everything
going
goes
to
to
be
plan.
a bit more fun, and we're not going to have any politics stopping us
Yep,
this
that's right.
time. We're not going to have
Exactly.
any people getting upset with us
Mhm.
because the event organisers have asked us specifically to go there for this reason. So I'm excited about this one.
Hopefully the smoke bomber's all dialed in by then. Hopefully we're familiar with the car, how it works, how it acts.
Well, this will
And
be the chance for
ready
Lukey
to
to
go.
feel it out.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, moving on from there, we are going to the Melbourne Diecast Expo, Caroline Springs, September 1921. We've seen a sneak peek of some games that we're going to play before, games we're going to play later on, but we're having a games night solely at this event.
We are. It's
So that's
going
gonna
to
be fun.
so much fun, dude.
Chaos.
So all of
Should be.
you that are going to be down there, make sure you wear something comfortable that you can move around in because we are going to have so much fun with this games night.
Less is more.
And you can win some really cool prizes. So
coming
you
along?
really want to be
Be
involved.
Is he
careful.
coming on?
He'll wear a
Yeah.
mankini.
Oh, yeah.
He said he wanted to come, and I'm like, now I've got to leave you at home.
Yeah, he'll wear a mankini.
I got an OzWheels mankini ready for the
exactly.
game.
I hear might be the chase wall might be down there.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, so we have
Uncle
been
Adrian?
asked quite a
Chase
few
wall.
times for the chase wall at this expo, and I
Oh.
know we all had a lot of fun with that on the launch day, and of course at the ADE as
yeah.
well. So I don't know, maybe I can put in a word with the boss.
Where is he?
How do people join this games night? What are we going to do? It's going to be ticketed.
Yep,
Have you?
so-
Yeah, yep. That was a great idea, Miguel.
We
Yep.
probably don't know yet.
So,
Yep.
in typical
Very
Jesse
confidently, yep.
fashion, there's about
0 point.
15% of this organised.
The idea
and
is
about
there,
80%,
it just has to be
85% of this is just
sorted.
flair.
That's right.
So, we've got a ton of ideas for what we want to do, guys. We've just got to work out exactly how it's going to set up. I'm assuming that we're going to have to set it up as a ticketed event so that we can ensure exactly how many
Numbers.
people are coming in and
Yeah.
numbers and things. However, it will be completely free to be involved in this. It will not cost you anything if you are already down there.
Just the dollar
attending the
ticketing
expo.
fee. That goes to my Mankini fund.
No, that goes to the AU fund entirely.
David, one of our regulars, Scamdella. Hell yeah, can't wait to.
Hey,
Yeah, well,
David.
David is always on.
You
He
see
is.
his name
I
quite a lot.
see his comments pop
He is.
up a lot.
Off the barrel here. Can I do a prize?
No.
Fuck. So,
Yeah, who invited this guy trying to take my height away?
sorry, David. I was going to give you
fun
something.
doing that.
Nah, come
Oh,
on.
No,
Just
no.
guilt us into it now.
Yeah, go
Hey,
on.
David, you want to win a prize?
Guilt us into it.
If the
If he picks
Mankini
out a
comes,
super,
Luke Hutchinson. If the Mankini comes out, I'm bailing. I ain't no going to no Diddy party. This one's for you, David. I see your name all the time.
if he
I
pulls
really
out a
appreciate
super,
that you get on our socials. Coming your way, an OG smoke bomber.
Boom.
There you go.
Congrats, bro. Thank you for being a part of the socials, man. We do see your name pop up quite regularly. So thank you for
Thank you,
getting
man.
involved, man, and, you know, following the brand. You're a
And
legend.
It might not be much, guys, but just getting on and liking our posts and sharing them around and commenting, it gains us traction, which is getting us out, you know, into everyone's house, which is going to be able to get us more products to you guys over the long term. So I know that you guys harp on sometimes about, you know, stick to diecast and not this real world stuff, but without sticking to the real world stuff like we're doing right now, we can't reach the audience that we want to reach. It doesn't build the brand, and you know, we then want to cross the real world stuff with the diecast stuff, and they just feed each other, you know. So throw that one out to David for us, please, Papa Adrian.
Hiya.
All right. So moving on from there, those are the events that we have coming up.
Yep.
We will talk about more as they come around, but I wanted to talk a little bit about some other people that we've brought on board recently. Now, the first I'm going to talk about is NAM Racing. We've got a father-daughter duo there, just
Ultimate
excelling.
team.
Pa-
Man,
very
they're just
passionate.
killing it.
Neveo and Ricky McDougall are just very passionate,
very passionate about what they're doing.
incredibly talented young, you know, driver there, killing PBs. Just every event she's going out and she's crushing a PB. You know, and it's crazy to watch how proud her dad is. You know, seeing the messages and the phone calls and just his emotion raw on camera.
That's
You know,
it.
I'm watching them too, Banner, like their little. Have you seen their recent little videos? You know, the moped and stuff. No, they're doing
love
great
it.
things, guys. So, you know, shout out to you two. We love that you rock.
This
that
is the
right
reason
gig.
why I wanted to jump in and sponsor him, man, because who else in the industry works that closely with a family member and bonds over it like that? And for both of them to be quite accomplished behind the wheel, like they're both very competent drivers. And especially Nevaeh at her age, I mean, how many young girls do you see getting behind
Yeah, the
cars
girls.
like that and
that's right.
smashing it, you know? And in fluoro pink, bro,
Yeah,
like,
true. Be sure, actually, guys, I believe that they're going to be at Grow Racing. So go down,
Yeah.
show some support. Say hello to Nevea and Ricky down there. You know, father-daughter team just smashing it. We also have the Dubbo Motor Fest coming up too, so
Oh,
I should
yes.
mention that. We're going out to Dubbo. That's going to be another fun drive in the cold. So,
Yeah, big one.
yeah, another one coming up. Bring it. Bring it. Brought it.
He brought it.
He brought it. So we had Bring It unveil his new livery. The
It didn't look good.
did it
The
It looks so.
didn't it look good?
Outlaw
Outlaw.
OzWheels
Ned Kelly
car.
flames captured that photo where the flames are coming out. Oh man, that
Oh,
looked cool as.
One of my favorite shots. And ultimately for me, like, obviously I've been in a few cars like that before, but to experience it in that way, like, the foot was down, the limiter was getting bashed,
Oh,
and
what was it like?
The whole
When
time.
you
it was
just,
oh man,
dude,
like, I was going through a range of emotions of, holy crap, hold on to the car, I'm shitting myself, and then get out the window, yeah, gee up the crowd, yeah, like, look,
That
I'm
was
a bit
cool.
of a goofball, but look, it was so much fun, guys. And again, you know, this is why we wanted to get a little bit more into this sort of game, because we want to be able to share that with you guys at home. So, you know, that's the end goal for what the Smoke Bomber is. It's been set up. It's why we did a 4-door. We did it so that we could eventually be in a position where we could throw some of you guys at events in the car.
And we've set that car up, but the Smoke Bomber was set up as an all-round car too. It's not just a burn it car. We've set it up for straight line and everything. So
Yeah, that's going to be fun as. Luke Wright asking if we need another burnout car on board. I mean, we're always going to be looking for cars in the future, so you know we're always on the hunt, looking out when the time's
and
right.
if your car's, as this is a little Miguel thing, Osworthy.
Osworthy,
If
yeah.
your car's Osworthy, if we deem it Osworthy, you never know. Like we might.
I came up with a
reach
concept
out.
when I jumped on board, and the word Osworthy kind of just stuck. Where that's between us 3, 4, 5, whoever, deem your car Osworthy. Doesn't mean we're going to make it a diecast or whatnot, but if we deem that it's worthy enough to hold our brand and fly our flag, then we're going to deem your car Osworthy. Still trying to work out a way to show those people and give them a bit of recognition.
Yeah, of course.
Whether it's a sticker or a prize or a trophy or an album full of this, but just like if you make it into Street Machine or something like that, we want to.
Yeah, that's it. Something special.
We want to point out these builds that you guys are making.
And this also, guys, doesn't have to specifically just be crazy built cars either.
Or Aussie cars. More than likely Aussie cars, but there's going to be an occasional car there that might be an iconic Australian, like the Magna. Maybe go find a Magna or a Corolla.
Who owns an Australian drift car?
Australian drift car.
Me, thank you.
Yeah, we do have. We had that chat with.
Might be an Osworthy Australian drift car.
Maybe, bro.
Yeah.
There was a cool VK at where were we? Motorex.
VKs.
Remember that VK?
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of VKs, did we mention that the VK was going to be at Melbourne Expo?
Nope.
I think
We did not.
I think they got out somehow. Previously, we haven't.
I think
We did previously announce it.
Backtrack a little. Tiny, do it. Thank you.
Sorry.
The VK is going to be the Expo car.
It is. So I have the RP
Expo exclusive. The
of
only
it
place to get it. We'll never do a VK
fitting
ever again after that.
right here. Now, a lot of people
Whoa.
have been getting a little bit upset about this, right? Because they've seen the RP and they're getting a bit angry and saying, well, how's it fair if you're going to make the VK? It's the only place you're going to make it. So should we just tell them a little bit of extra info?
I think we should. All right.
Why
Well,
does it zoom in on me like that?
I think we should just tell them what it's going to be.
Right. So, of course, the first blue VK
Okay.
had to be something special, right? So, what's the most iconic VK?
That's right. Exactly.
It's the Blue Meanie. Now, of course, we didn't want the first or the only way that we ever produce this, because they're limited collectibles, guys. We don't produce the same car, the same color again.
It's not a stand. It's not going to be a standard Blue Meanie.
We didn't want to cap this at 3,000 and have it that no one would be able to get them because they were really exclusive for the event. So what I decided to do was put a big blower on it.
So it's going to be a custom blown Blue Meanie.
And there you go. So it's a way for us to have something super limited at 3,000 pieces. It's going to be the banger body, the best color.
That's right.
But it's not going to be the base version of this car. That's why. So just for all of you at home.
So you don't have to worry. You're not going to miss out on the base model Blue Meanie.
We'll be able to
do that later.
it later.
That's right.
Later.
Cool. Well, we're going to take that really quick break that we spoke about earlier. We've got one or so minutes, guys, that we're just going to put you onto a little bit of a highlights reel from Brash and Nats if you saw them or not. And then we're going to get back to you real quick. This here is the OzWheels Brash and Nats 2025.
This is Australia's wildest, craziest, hottest and smokiest car event in the Southern Hemisphere.
OzWheels Brash and Nats. Let's go.
We got burnout.
We've got Holdens.
We've got Fords.
Nuts. Russian nuts.
We've got burnout smoke so thick.
hydrants go in the smoke.
It's very cold down here.
If it ain't spinning, what the f even doing here, cuz?
The man himself, Wombuck 80. How you going, bro? I'm good, cuz. How are you boys?
That's pretty good, Tony. Picking it. The new one.
Alrighty.
Especially as a forward, I'm like, this is a forward. Oh shit, it's a forward. It's the
I
next,
reckon-
it's the next W forward.
Let's play it again.
Yeah.
Let's play that again.
I
reckon
that
it's fun.
game. Let's
You've
do
got
it.
a couple
already got
more
it. You already
here.
given it
We've
to
got
us.
one. You gave it to us before.
Ah,
You told
play
us to
cool.
wait.
You told us to sit on it.
Yeah.
So much for being a host. The hostess with the mostest.
It's the wrong environment for that, bruv.
Luke Wright said
What's that,
his burnout car that he has is a 1979 Mazda 626 with a Holden 304 big cam high rise
A
manifold.
626. Bro, that's loose.
Send us some photos of that, mate. That'd be cool.
Are we back on?
I believe we are back on.
Righto.
Smoko, that was Smoko, or an interval to go get some prizes for you guys. All right, so we're going to play it again. Oh, hey, I am looking for. Oh, God, what word do we want?
What are we doing?
We're going to look for a word and you're going to be playing for someone. We're going to choose two people.
Yep.
Again, I apologize if we don't choose the first. I'm just going to choose the first two I see. It might not be the first two in the comment
Okay.
section. I promise you I'll try and get it. Luke.
Do you want me to call one?
You know, the
just-
words are going to be bring it.
We just. Oh,
The
okay.
word is bring it.
Fine. Don't choose our word then.
No, I'm not.
We just had a silent discussion.
Am I
Pick a
the
word.
host or you?
Are you watching to see who the first one is?
It's going to be like 30 seconds.
All right, that's fine.
She's coming.
It's coming, I bet.
Ready?
you.
There's going to be 50
Boom,
of
boom,
them.
boom, 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 boom,
Boom,
boom.
boom, 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 boom.
I'd say the first two I see.
Ready?
Hayden McDonald
Yeah.
and Lee Campbell. Oh, God.
No.
Hayden McDonald, he is
And
going.
above it.
No, I said the first two I see.
Oh.
What do I even say now? You've confused me. Oh my
not
God,
hard,
why are you doing
apparently.
this to me?
I
said someone's name.
It popped up instantly.
Adrian, are you listening? Whose names did I say?
Adrian McDonald.
He's got them.
There we go.
We are
So,
playing.
so what's happening with these ones?
You're
What,
playing
how
for.
they?
You're playing for.
So if we
Hayden
guess
McDonald.
the car, they're going to win. If we don't guess the car, they don't win. Correct?
I promise
righto.
to God, if this is the Hayden McDonald that used to be with my missus, I'm going to not send it to him.
Who am I playing for?
Hayden McDonald, lose. No.
Who am I playing for?
He told you. Who you
Who
playing
am I
for?
playing for, Adrian?
Lee Campbell.
Lee Campbell.
All right, Lee.
Right.
This one's for you.
He's going
You're
first.
up, Tiny.
I'm
You
going
go.
first. Right. Ready?
All right, look, I won't touch you.
It's a red belly. It's a Walkinshaw. Probably from the Christmas calendar. Hey?
Blown, unblown.
Unblown. Walkinshaw, red belly, probably from the Christmas calendar. That's pig colour?
Nah,
righto.
that's good enough for me.
Ready?
It'll be black or white or
Oh.
silver.
Hey!
There we go.
Now, I don't know if you want to
You
redo
win.
for this,
I don't know.
but
You
I
were
think
recording
I
that.
got the same car again.
Really? We'll test you how good you are.
I
Give me
think
Well,
I
it
got
could
the
not be.
same car again.
What was
No,
what
we're
did you get last
really
time? What did
testing
you get
it. Go
last
on.
time? Oh, the Knight Rider.
Plastic.
That's an easy one to pick.
It's got a big bonnet. Yeah.
Well, you've got it anyway.
It's the
so-
HQ, and it's plastic base. It's got to be the bad Santa,
Oh.
naughty Santa.
Mm-hmm.
See?
How'd you manage that? You get 2 in a row. You didn't put the other one back in the box, did you?
Go redraw. Did you put the cards back in there?
All right.
No.
Maybe
No.
redraw.
No, because they were undone.
All right.
Who's you playing for?
Oh, this one's got a blower on it.
Sorry, Chris. There's a bit of a delay. There's not much I can do about that.
So. Oh, this is hard.
A few hours later.
Come on. There's already
No,
enough of
I
the
think
delay.
it's a blown
Are we
HQ.
waiting?
I think it's a blown HQ.
blown HQ. Oh!
I'm
Handful
awesome.
OzWheels
I'm
livery.
so awesome
All
at
right, you're
this.
There we go. Done.
You both got a winner. So
There you go. Both got a winner.
Boom. Prize bin, sir.
Who's paying for who?
does
I
You
was
recorded it.
playing for Lee. That's who.
He's Hayden.
Who was the other one?
You're Hayden McDonald.
Hayden.
I got you, Lee. Got you, bruv.
Dig right to the bottom. Oh!
Oh my goodness. I think he's pooed himself.
Oh, no.
Super
way.
chase!
It's a
That
super
wasn't supposed to be in that box.
Fuck off.
What the hell, man?
Super
Man, you're
chase.
giving
No
away me
follow.
super chasers.
1 of 36.
Oh,
One of
congrats,
36.
Hayden.
There you
Super
go, mate.
check.
Oh, wow.
But Hayden McDonald, if you're the same Hayden McDonald that was with my wife, I'm keeping this, mate. I promise you I'm keeping this.
Someone's got issues.
Oh, someone's got lucky, man. Check
Yeah,
that out.
with my wife or with the smoke bomber. I'm not sure which one.
Super chase. 1 of 36 cars.
One
One
of
of
36,
36
guys.
Wow.
Round it around for him. Give
Wow.
him a congrats. That's incredible.
That's awesome.
Did you know that was in there?
It was
That
not
is so
supposed to
cool.
be in that bin.
That's
You asked me to grab prizes off your own personal wall.
Oh, shit. That makes it even worse. Then he's giving away my ones.
Oh, sorry, we're going through a tunnel.
Are we
Bye.
going to give them the cars that they
All right.
Hayden McDonald.
Hold on. I can pick another
Pop
one
that.
out of here. What's this one? Oi, Toy Fair car number
Fair.
1.
There you go. Oh man, smoke bomber super
Hayden
chase.
McDonald wins twice. Screw you.
Chase.
Hayden McDonald
Smoke
wins
bomber
twice.
super chase. Yeah.
Yes.
Smoke bomber super chase. That's cool as.
There we are. Who was this one for?
Lee.
Lee.
Who
Lee?
was Lee's last name?
Campbell.
Campbell,
Campbell.
that's the one.
Lee Campbell, you got
Lee
yourself
Campbell.
Toy Fair 24, mate.
Enjoy, bro.
Smoke bomber super chase.
Just got to do a bit of a background check on that other fella.
Someone's stalking. What's his name? Someone's getting stalked tonight.
Hayden McDonald. I'm gonna find your profile, mate.
You better hide, bro. That car's a bit crazy collectible. Some people might hunt you out, man.
Oh, at least I know his address. All right, that was
He's not a
fun.
seed, we promise.
All right. Let's move on for a little bit. Bit of excitement for Tiny.
That's it.
That was exciting.
Smoke bomber super chase.
That's
1
incredible.
of 36 cars. It's the second lowest super that we've done.
Really?
Did
I
you
know
The
it's-
lowest
want us to
is
throw in there first?
the lowest is
No,
Hi,
I'm
Hardy.
not
love
looking.
Racing.
the
I'm not going
lowest is
through
the
the bin.
original Toy Fair car, and there's been only
How
one
many?
go out.
Have we got more? A bunch more
And
to
that's the
go.
second lowest super car.
Get
Super
more
chase.
stuff off Jesse's private
Hi,
wall.
Yeah, we
Hardy's
can get more.
racing from getting scared.
Man, stop G'ing him up. He's going to steal all my chasers. He took them from my wall.
All right. I think let's do
Oh,
one more
Jesse.
giveaway before we get into this next segment. Let's get that ball rolling on
How are
that.
we doing it?
Yep.
All right. Do we
Let's
have
do the thumb wrestle.
the
Let's do the thumb wrestle.
Oh,
Let's do the thumb wrestle.
Tiny wants to do a
So
thumb
we
wrestle.
need someone
Wow.
on Team Tiny and someone on Team Jesse.
Oh
How are we
my.
going to pick that?
We're gonna have to say a word for them to comment, but
All right, first one to type hashtag Jesse and hashtag Tiny. We will
Go.
fight for you
Yep.
in an ultimate thumb wrestle.
there it comes. All right, I'm trying to get ready.
You got your book, Adrian? Get ready.
It's got to be hashtag.
Oh,
It's got to be
you're covering
hashtag.
my
It's got to be
head.
hashtag. Sorry.
There's
Oh,
got to be a hashtag.
Hashtag.
oh, they're coming through quicker this time. Alana Cotrain and Shane MC. Shane MC and Alana Cotrain.
Woo.
So who was
Anal.
who?
Hey, no.
I know.
Alan.
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 Alana, we know. All right. Alana Cotrain.
So have you picked who yet?
Yeah, I said it out loud.
Okay, who's who? Who's going where?
You're playing for Alana.
Oh, I want to play for Alana.
Wow. Who did I say? Who was the other name?
I don't
Listen
know.
to the
Sort of.
live,
Did you write
please.
it
He
down?
keeps yelling at me.
Did you write it down, Adrian?
Quick.
Shane MC.
Shane
Thank
MC
you.
was the other one.
God.
Who you do see quite a bit in the socials as well.
We do.
Man.
Shane,
I'm
Shane
getting
MC
chest pain.
and Alana. Let's play a game for them too.
Who?
Well, not playing a game. You're picking a prize for them.
Are we doing that first? Or?
Let's just pick
No,
a
it's
prize.
Pick a prize.
It's the winner. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
a
winner.
thumb
We've got to do a thumb
wrestle,
wrestle
the
first, so the
winner.
winner gets to pick the prize.
Yep. You're playing for Alana.
Yep.
You're playing for.
On the thing.
All
Oh
right,
my
we
goodness.
got this. Ready?
Okay.
One,
Stop,
two,
stop, stop.
three,
We need a-
Four.
Miguel's a dirty.
We go best of 3.
Yes, best of 3.
Are we good now? Can we
3,
start?
2, 1,
Go.
This is so stupid.
You can't put your hand on the table. Put your hand on the table.
Children.
I play in the air. I win. Right, one. Are you ready?
1 to Tiny and
Hand on the
Alana.
table.
All right, all right, all right.
One.
1, 2,
two,
3, 4. I declare a thumb war.
Back
Bow
in my day, we used to shake. Yeah, there we go. Right.
and go.
Put your wrist on the table. Jeez.
It's
Oh,
like, put your wrist on the
But you keep pulling it away.
Oh, well, Alana wins that one.
Okay, Alana wins.
What is Alana winning?
Let's go.
Oh, my.
You keep pulling your hand up
That's so
in the
childish.
air. I have to go with you.
I don't,
It's like, Jesus.
I'm not used to holding hands and playing thumb tickles with the boy.
Alana, you win an OG Toy Fair
Will
card.
you please read this?
Toy
Alana!
Fair.
I love these comments.
Right, Alana, you win a Toy Fair, original Toy Fair card.
Hey, Alana! You're a champion.
Oh, that's great.
What's next?
Use it now.
I'm going to settle it down a little bit there, guys.
Yep.
I'm just going to go into another segment here. R&D tooling segment. Now, what's R&D stand for?
Research and development.
Research and development, guys. Now, this is a segment that Jesse wanted to talk about where he talks about the tooling process because he does go back and forth to China a lot. We have touched base a little bit on it, but I wanted to ask you, what is the craziest idea for a car that you haven't done yet or you won't be doing, just an idea that came across your mind that you thought you wanted to do? The hot pink Barbie car.
1/64 scale, light up, and RC.
Ooh, RC. That would be fun.
164
Desktop
RC.
drifters, maybe? I mean, it's something I have probably spent too much time trying to R&D work and see if it's possible to be done properly. Specifically in a way that potentially might use some of these cars. So the guys at home might be able to, you know, use some of their spare bodies out of their collections or their favorite ones and turn it into a desktop RC car.
That sounds pretty cool.
That was probably my craziest one, purely because of time invested into it. Everything else I've looked at in the past seems to be doable.
What about
This
you,
is the
Tony?
hard one.
If you know we told you the next car, what do you want? What do you want to see come out?
I'm a Holden man, but I'd love to see an AU Falcon.
Yeah, you. Oh, that'd be cool.
And I'm a Holden guy.
Oh, it's happening.
It's
Don't you
happening.
worry.
Eventually
So I'm
it's
just going to say this straight up now, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we copped a lot of flack before FSD Series 1 about being a bunch of bogans. So we thought, well, we don't want to feed that worse and then release the AU. But like,
We got an AU.
who doesn't love an AU?
With
I
a
mean,
P-
come on.
With P plate on the back of it.
With a P plate. With stockies on the
Yeah.
rear.
Yeah.
And 22s on the front.
And no,
You gotta do it.
And no
tires
fuel
flat
card.
up the side.
No
And no
fuel
fuel car.
And I am a die-hard Holden guy.
I think we could model it off a certain red one.
Oh,
We could. It could be tinted now as well. If
hey,
we
hey,
did that.
hey. Tell him what happened with your AU.
Oh, I heard you got a story
He'll
about
love this
Tony
story.
has an AU.
I've had 2 AUs. One got T-boned by someone. The second one, we have to go into this.
You might be watching.
Yeah. It went through a fence.
Can someone give him a tissue?
But the worst part was I only found out about
Wow.
it on the way to Brashnats. The
Aw.
morning of Brashnats. But anyway, that's, yeah.
You,
We do have an AU we can model it off if we want.
I see a pattern. correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to get a lot of bad news on the way to events.
What else happened? The way to events. Oh, yeah, well. See, that just shows how committed I am to the brand.
How committed I am to a simple April Fool's joke.
So guys,
It was extreme April Fool's
you
joke.
would have loved it because it got us both so good that we flew off the handles.
Thanks, Dylan.
And yeah, it was pretty funny.
I still don't find it funny, but and it's not even my money. I don't own OzWheels. I just work for you. But I was, yes, very
You got
passionate about.
punked.
I was.
Dude, we got punked. We got
did.
punked so bad.
We
And
did.
you know what? At the start, I honestly thought you were having a laugh. I didn't actually think you were like angry.
I was
like,
raggable.
I could see a little bit of
I
it,
was
but I thought
angry.
you were just sort of playing
What
it
Ford
up.
was it,
No,
Graham?
And that's
Tell
why I
us.
was winding you up more, bro.
I was
And then
angry.
you and I saw your face go bright red and
I
you
was
hung up the
angry.
phone on him. I'm like, oh, okay,
That's it.
it's done.
That's right.
Shame on you, Tony. I wouldn't admit I owned a Ford.
That's it. So now you.
Oi,
the only
first
thought about
on
it.
race day.
Cunny Bear. Well, I see his name pop up a lot too. Appreciate you, mate.
Yep.
All right. Well, personally, I'd make an EH. I love an EH. 64 EH.
It's on the list.
I told one of my best mates that I wanted one, and he brought one, and I was pretty sad about it. But and the reality is now I get to cruise while he has one, and I get to look at it.
It's on the list.
So,
What about an FJ monster truck?
it'd be pretty cool.
FJ is a big.
Because you
is a
did
big
the
thing.
A9X, which I wanted so bad. You know, I wanted to see that SLR 5000 sort of vibe with all the Tiranas. I'm kind of with you, Hans. They're all more Tiranas, eh, mate?
Ah,
Shout out to Hans, who's always harassing the crap out of me in the comment section.
Hans will be happy if all we
It's
make
after
is
seven.
Tiranas.
It's after 7:00 p.m. So harasses the shit out of me. Constantly, Tiranas, nothing but Tiranas. We get it. We
It's
hear
not a
you.
Tirana. We know Hans is
There's-
not interested.
There is
No.
two in this release
the
coming
best-
out.
the best
the
one is-
Hans release.
That's cool, but I won't buy it because
Yeah,
it's not
that's
a Tirana.
Uh,
Here's a Tirana. Yes, I'm buying 4.
I did.
Hey, shout out to you, bro.
But we did the XD as well, which
Yep.
is I absolutely love. Now I was sitting at my imaginary desk that you made me here and that you gave away to Tiny. And remember he's changed our desk around how many times here? He gave it to his wife, gave it you.
I had a desk here, like, yeah.
And now you don't.
the
And then
town
you
vibe.
turned up and you got a desk.
Oh, you
There's
get a
desks
desk.
are out,
And you
yeah,
get a
desks
desk.
are out there.
I know, he's the Oprah of
I'm
desk.
like Oprah Winfrey. You can have a desk. Everyone can have a desk.
My point is, I overheard
Why are we talking about
something about an XD that's not just this XD.
Oh, okay. Now I get where you're going.
Now we've had
have
another
to do with
car
desks?
join our Osworthy fleet,
I suppose it starts with D, so
and that will be Denial,
another
That's
car
it.
that's Osworthy.
an
Well, we
XD.
talking about the river in Egypt or?
That's the
You
Nile,
stole that joke from someone else.
not the Denial.
Okay.
Knobhead.
Go.
Anyway, the XD I'm talking about is Paolo's from Talk
Yes.
Time. Talk Time, they're another event that runs event days out there. Paolo's is a Barra Turbo XD Falcon. This thing's making well over 1,000 horsepower.
Tasty.
Off-street drags car.
And
Pretty.
Jesse loves a barra.
Oh boy, do I love a Barra, bro. Barra in the
know.
world.
So that makes 2 off-street drag cars that are Barra turboed
Yep.
in our Osworthy fleet. The other being Scotty's Cortina.
Yes.
Team Warfare. That thing's pushing about 1,500 horse.
Yeah, I think when he was running at Rocky, he said they wound it down to 1,400. And then he said that they had to change a heap of the tune points because otherwise he'd run sub-6s.
Jesus. Well.
Street trim car.
So, hey, is Series 3 in the works? Yeah, it's going to be Smoke
No,
Bomber,
no.
Evil LJ, Handful, Bring It, Power Skid, Dr. Boss, Cortina, and Denial. Jokes, that was fake news, don't record me.
Please don't listen to him.
So on that Series 3, there is no Series 3.
Correct.
So Series 3, so we had Series 1, Series 2. They had the blacked out windows.
Yep.
So Series 3 is
Red
not going
belly?
to happen. The cars from Series 1 and 2 have now turned into red bellies. So now we've got FSD Series 1. So
Correct.
that will then go.
And that's
on from
just
there.
natural progression, guys. These guys are, building a brand that is forever evolving. So, as Jesse gets more ideas and more backing, these cars are only getting better. And now, as you can see, these OMG line is just going to be incredible. So, yes, no Series 3, but
How does Jesse feel about a Barra swap Ford Ranger?
Ford Ranger Barra swap. That'd be pretty.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Pick me.
I've seen one.
Mm.
There's a couple getting up
Yep.
near. I live at Glass House, and they get up and down Big Red before they demolished it.
All right, so I'm just going to ask it straight to the live. How do you feel about a Barra swapped A9X? Let that sink in, guys.
That just sounded like I spewed in my mouth.
Oh, it
And
just
I'm a
tastes
Ford
like
guy.
glory, though, bro. It doesn't it?
I have a cool
I'm not-
question here.
Mm.
Would you guys do a monthly raffle? It's a kind of a cool, touchy
Well,
subject.
Well,
It's hard. Obviously, different states have different rules with raffles and what they would be, but that's a cool concept.
It
Put in
is
the
something
concept
that-
idea.
We've played with a couple of different ideas for doing it, but we have to be very careful with how we do it, guys, because raffles specifically comes under the Gambling Act. So certain states aren't allowed to do that. In certain states, we actually get in trouble if we do that as well. So it's something that we always have to be cautious of
Dale, no.
going
Something
forward.
like-
No.
However-
something we've talked about since day dot is a collector club.
Correct. So that's what's
Lots
going to
and
be
lots
my
of
next
those.
topic. Yeah. So we've looked at something along the lines of a collector club, guys.
Hey, Rocco,
where
how you doing, mate?
can get involved, and if you're a part of the collector club, there's a monthly giveaway that would be based on a percentage number of the amount of people in
That's
the
right.
collector club, and we'll be able to do some cool giveaway stuff.
Folks.
Gay.
Gay. Shit. I can smell it. Shit.
Yeah,
I think they want the Barra swapped A9X.
they do, bro.
That's it.
They want it. Look.
have to
Barra,
find someone who can build it, apparently.
Barra.
Barra of the world, but not an A9X.
Everybody message Luke Mitchell and say Barra A9X TYVM XOXO Jesse.
You win a car if you go onto his Instagram, which
Evil
is
LJ.
Evil LJ.
So build a Barra.
And tell,
A9X.
say Barra the world. Message him Barra the world. You're welcome, Luke.
Righto, where are we
He
at
is
next?
going to beat the shit out of us.
Just a little bit.
How big he
Oi,
is.
they just operated on his knee. I'll just run away. He can't catch me now.
I like to refer to Luke as a Doberman because sometimes you're trying to play with him, but he doesn't realize how strong he is, and he's like paws at you, and you just get knocked flying. Like,
That's why I run away from
doesn't
him every
under-
time he gets like
we're
that.
gonna die. Anyway, well, so just to reiterate, our Osworthy list that we have so far:
Yep.
Smoke Bomber. We have Evil LJ, Handful HQ, Bring It the VSSS, Power Skid the VK Blue Meanie, Dr. Boss or whatever you're calling it, Scotty, Cortina, and Denial XD.
7.
7.
Coming up in the world, team.
And
And the
Oh,
ultimate
Here's
number
a-
8.
here is a drum roll. I don't think we've actually
No, we
announced it. We've hinted.
We have. We certainly have hinted. You guys are smart enough to work it out, of course. If this is...
Big shout out again. This episode was brought to you by SVO and NAM Racing.
We are going to make Nevaeh's car.
We don't
We
have a
are
time
going
frame on
to
it yet.
make-
There's no time frame.
Yes,
but
there is
it's
not a
just something
time
we're
And tell them
going
what
to
it
do.
is.
Of when it's added. It is a junior dragster, and it is fluoro pink, and it is absolutely awesome. Especially sporting that big OzWheels logo
That's
right down the
and
side.
we're doing it in support of Nevaeh.
That's right. Supporting young local talent that has a massive support from her father as well, which is absolutely incredible.
And they are building a second car at the minute in the works, which is going to be the OzWheels branded one as well.
Yep.
And I believe it's like a no prep car. I don't-
Someone, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Ricky was saying. So he hasn't actually given us a ton of information on this.
He's given
but,
it to me. I've just
Well, there you go.
a lot of information just gets
He
processed.
was-
See a little sneak video on
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did put a
Go
little
check it
video
out.
up.
NAM Racing on
Yeah,
Facebook
Go
and
check them
Instagram.
out and follow them because what Nevaeh is doing is
Yeah,
Is
it's incredible.
awesome,
It's epic.
guys. If you can get behind OzWheels as a brand, you can certainly get behind what she's doing. Again, you know, awesome support from her old man, and she's just so talented and so polite, man. She's such a good young girl with the way she presents herself and the way she talks. Just absolutely quality people.
I know he's also got a, I think it's an FG Falcon in the works, Crazy As, at the minute. I'm not sure if you've seen it or
No,
not.
I haven't seen that
I
one.
saw Cody was, I think he was detailing it.
Detailing it.
Yeah, so I just want to touch base back there, guys. Before we went to Brush and Nats, before we were going to do our big burnout, we had a lot of people helping us out to make sure we got to that. We had a couple of guys really last minute there helping us out. Be tuned in North Lakes. We scrambled to get another tune done on the car. We took it to a dyno. Turns out the hubs were wrong, and we couldn't actually get it on the dyno that afternoon from a friend. So we scrambled around, and Be Tuned in North Lakes were kind enough to allow us to bring in a bit of an Australian classic into their Euro car. And let's just be safe to say he shit himself when he heard that thing go. It was amazing.
Do the impression. They'll love it.
You can do the car noise. Hey, hell, what was that?
Well, you do the car noise. I wasn't there, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, let's just say Luke started Smoke Bomber and drove it on, and yeah, he just shit bricks with, what was that? And I loved it. We got a bit of footage of that. You guys have been asking for a dyno video, and we do have it. It is coming out. We've just been sort of dangling it there in front of you guys. We were waiting to bring it out on our YouTube channel, but as you can see, we got so much to get through. We wanted to do this first and then go through that. So make sure you are following us on YouTube. Make sure you hit that little bell so you get the notifications on when we're going to be live or when we're going to be doing posts and all the stuff. But I know we've got a pretty big series coming up that we've been looking at. You know, all the footage that we didn't get to use in Rides Down Under.
Yep.
Jacob has been kind enough to start editing that together, same as Fuzzy. And they're putting together a bit of footage for us that I can then play around with. We're going to do this. We're going to talk about the footage and give you guys a bit of, you know, not seen footage of Smoke Bomber and how we brought that to life. That's going to be, I'm not sure how many episodes yet, but that would be cool. Comment, what about you, Legal? That's a classic burnout car.
So I actually got smashed with this question while we were at Brasher. Oh my lord. Over and over.
Shout out to the Brashers.
Shout out to Mick and Linda and Tori.
Insanely well put together event. That was so fun.
It was so much fun.
So fun.
It was probably one of our most successful events we've been to.
Yeah, definitely. And watching Mick throw that thing around, hey,
Yeah,
like, oh my lord.
Yeah, there was only a couple cars there that I filmed the whole burnout of because I wanted to put together a highlights reel. But when he got out onto the pad, it was just eyes locked. Just so cool.
Doesn't he bring a whole meaning to the word zero? Beep.
Absolutely zero beeps.
Zero. Absolutely none of them.
There was a few of them there, but
and just watching those guys.
Those guys go absolutely crazy in cars that are worth a massive amount of money to put on a show for people.
Just for our entertainment.
And mate, motors blow, like, it's just, it's crazy.
I unfortunately had to film so many cars getting broken, and God, I was entertained, but also you got to feel for those guys. They're putting in so much money and effort, and like we know ourselves, we have a lot of good friends helping us out, and some of these guys have been building those cars over a year or two. They don't have the lucky like we have with friends helping, but you know, shout out to those guys that put it on for just the entertainment. And Mick, you know, you threw it around there, and you really showed what Aussies can do. It was so awesome. But I love watching the way that those guys change their demeanor. You know, you speak to Mick outside of a car, calm, collected, super friendly guy. Same as, you know, Luke and in the car, and then he hops in, and I know you two were talking about kids and life and family and stuff, and then all of a sudden they just turn into animals.
Bro, we're having this huge big D&M. We're talking about our kids and like what our goals are and what we want to accomplish in life and all this sort of stuff, right? And then all of a sudden I feel this big hand start smashing my head from the driver's seat, and I'm sitting there going, dov, 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 what? And then I hear this big man yelling, "Let's get this!" And he just
slaps you,
smashed it, and just sent it out. That's when we did our big tip in. So to watch it again, it went from 0 to 100, man, and in a way that instant exhilaration. Hey, like even as the passenger, it was just like, whoa, okay, this is on. Like, just
and this is Luke. Bring it, Luke.
Yeah, bring it, Luke. So this is Luke McLaughlin, guys, who was driving Bring It, the Outlaw Ute, and yeah, it was insane, man, to see him flip from that. But the same with Mick. You know, you talk to Mick outside and he's like, oh, yeah, just a cool, calm, straight dude. And then you see him jump in the car. Ain't nothing cool, calm about that. It
Nah,
pops it, bro.
animals, absolute.
Damo, no one could find Damo. Damo was up there dancing with
Damo was up there. Shout out to Damo. Thank you for dancing with me with $1.80. Everyone looked at me like there was something wrong with me
Oh, I
until you
can't.
joined in.
So I had to make that footage less because your moves were just way too hot for that video.
He's
Way too hot.
trained. He's a trained dancer.
Very well. I didn't see that. Like, white guy
He went
can
to school,
dance.
didn't you go to dance school?
Maybe.
Did you go to dance school?
Well, anyway, keep going.
Dancing
Sorry,
with the
I
stars.
might not have been supposed to say that shit.
Bruh. You know what?
It's all right, I was in the rock instead for in the
Sorry.
choir.
Oh,
What did you do in school? That's embarrassing. Play the recorder?
Me?
I won ribbons.
I didn't finish grade 10.
The meat flute.
I won ribbons for doing ballroom dancing.
Everyone
That's how much
wins
of a
ribbons.
baller I am.
Oh yeah, everyone's winning ribbons these days.
I suppose that's probably when
It was
that when
before-
it did
it
come
was
in.
before
Everybody's got to win a
There was
prize.
participation medals.
Everyone's got to win a prize.
What's that? Want to do more prizes?
Yes,
Well,
more prizes.
There, I know. Let's go to
Alright.
Diecast and prizes.
Guys, we are going to throw in a couple of dad jokes. I want to hear a couple of your dad jokes. I'm going to pick a couple to read out. If they make any of us laugh, you get a prize.
Sounds good.
You
Look, we're
you better
already-
monitor that screen
we're-
because they're going to come in hot and heavy.
We are almost 2 hours in. I mean,
we will be
can-
wrapping this
Really?
up shortly.
We are.
We are. We're at 1 hour and 54 minutes, and we still have
How much have we covered on your list?
all of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've done
Really?
really well.
The last thing, these.
There's
Oh,
a few little
these-
unveils at the front.
Yeah.
That's a lot
All right.
table to look at.
That you
There's
can
still a
stop
lot on
with
the
the
table,
you
yeah.
can stop with the dad jokes now, guys. I'm sure there's going to be a heap pop up.
I guess we
Um,
can go with the R&D side.
Why did the orange stop halfway up the hill? He ran out of juice. Oh God, this is going to be a giveaway central. Casey Williams, you have won a prize.
All right, Casey. That's worthy.
Just write down her name, and then we'll do
Yeah,
these at the
just-
end.
yeah,
Quickly write
it
down her name.
That'll work.
Oh God. Here's a joke. Putting a Barrett in an A9X. That's from one Miguel Shaw.
Oh, you don't win a prize. Go home in your Hyundai.
Uh,
This guy.
it's my wife's.
I thought you were going to say it was from Luke Mitchell.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. I thought you were actually reading it out and it was going to be Luke Mitchell.
Nah, it would have popped up when I said.
Why are
Barra
giraffes?
A9X.
Why are giraffes'
Luke
necks
Mitchell
so
beats
long?
alive.
Because they got stinky feet. Oh my God. Jesse Anderson
man.
wins a prize.
It's not hard to make. It's
Jesse!
not hard to make Jesse laugh, apparently.
Oh, here's a good one. I like this
Oh,
one.
I like to have fun.
Oh, where did it go? Oh, lost it. God, they come through so quick.
Go on, one more.
I went on a date with a girl. Her dad said, I want her home by midnight. I said, you already own her home.
Fail.
I want her home by midnight. Sorry, I didn't like that one. What's the hardest thing? Ooh, not that one, mate.
Oh,
No,
Boo, read
there
that
you go.
one. Read
No,
that one.
Well, that one made us laugh without you having to read it, so here's you win a
Oh.
prize.
Jesus,
Where is it?
it's
Where is it?
gone. It was dark and gone. Dad, can I lick the bowl? No, son. Flush it like everyone else.
Oh,
There you go. That's the first
wow.
one I laughed at. He wins the prize.
That's rank.
Brendan Egan.
Right, that'll do. Done.
Brendan, that's rank. But
you go.
that's quality. Good joke.
I'm gonna just couple here that not getting
Honourable
prizes, but
mentions.
honourable mention. What do you call a cross a sheep with a kangaroo? A woolly jumper. I like that one. What? You've never heard that? God.
I lived a sheltered life, bro.
Uh,
Here we go.
can we have a closer look at the car, please?
Casey.
Which one are we talking about?
Which car are we talking about, Brock?
All right, so I want you guys to get a few questions in there. We're going to do a few minutes of questions.
Casey just won a smoke bomber.
Casey won a smoke bomber.
OG smoke bomber.
OG smoke
Oh.
bomber.
Did you read that one? That was nasty.
That one.
No, keep going up.
Eileen. Luke Mitchell.
Keep going up.
Next
That
prize.
Woo.
You drawing the next one,
Wow,
Jesse?
Luke. Jesus.
Are you drawing the next one?
Yep, bring it.
Jesse Anderson.
Jesse.
Oh, Jesse
all right.
Anderson.
Come on, Jesse. We got to get something good for you, bro.
For all you that don't know, Jesse Anderson is a very long time supporter.
T-shirt.
T-shirt.
He'll wear that with pride, so that's fine.
He
Jesse
will wear
Anderson,
that
we
with
do see
pride.
his name come up a lot.
He's an OG supporter. He's been around since.
Do
probably
a
the beginning.
Troy Candy Limited car. Vroom, vroom.
So true story.
Hang on, you said you got to pick the last prize first.
Go on,
Who's this
We got
for?
one more, do we?
Who's this for?
Brendan Egan.
Brendan Egan. We got one coming up for you, mate.
There you go, Miguel. Pick one.
Smoke Bomber Original.
Oh, OG. That's ghetto.
Sorry, you've got to have a name that associates with my wife to win a cool prize. Yeah, get your comments rolling in, your questions. I'm going to ask Jesse. They can be anything. Doesn't mean he will answer them, but I'm going to ask some questions.
Put me in the hot seat, boys and girls. I'm used to it these days.
Blown VK, that's all I've ever asked for. Let's go.
Well, you're getting it.
Oh,
if
I
you come to
like
Melbourne.
you.
If
You
go to
can
Melbourne.
stay.
You
Just
got to go
come
to
to
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
But, yeah.
Come to Melbourne. I'll sign it for you.
What?
You thought
What?
Bringing out some dioramas.
Yes.
Here's an honourable mention. Why do I dip my Oreos in water?
Why?
Because his dad didn't come back for the milk.
I think that deserves a prize. I think that's so dark, but it's so funny.
I don't even know who said it.
Mitch.
Oh, I don't know.
Man, that's
Have you ever thought
probably-
about bringing out some dioramas? Is that what you asked?
Yes, we have thought about it.
Yes,
we have.
so we
Well,
have.
tiny
I'm
dioramas.
slowly
I've
working on it.
actually had a couple of prototype ones knocked up, guys, but ultimately I'm trying to find the best way to make these that we can make them collapsible, but obviously in doing that we want to make sure we can still have light functions and things like that as well. So a fair bit of engineering has had to go into
A
that.
simple yes or no.
That's been
And
delayed.
Simple
but-
yes or no.
Yes, yeah, we
Yeah,
thought
cool.
about it. Yes,
All right, cool. Moving
but
on.
we're very short. We're very small.
We got one
staff.
here.
Like, there's not a lot of us.
Jesse, it's not Sunday. Why are you wearing your holy jeans?
Ah,
It's religious.
because he gets down on his knees a lot.
Hey, they call me Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Marios.
Valiant questions. I see this one in the comment section so often. Valiance.
Well,
Man, all the
It's on the
time.
list.
I've
On the
been
list.
having
Everything's
for
on the
them
list.
repeatedly. It's on
Yeah,
the
but-
list. We got to do them.
Obviously,
There's-
there goes a lot of back.
there's
know-
so many Australian cars we want to do,
Mhm.
but we do have to do the Ford and Holden stuff.
And of course, the
First
research
and
and development
mainly-
comes in. Is it going to market well?
That's
Is it going
right,
to
yeah.
sell?
It's definitely
these are
it's
questions.
definitely on the list.
That's it, guys. And ultimately, to be honest with you, in the past, whenever we've done stuff with DDA in the 24s and the 30 seconds, the Valiant stuff tends to be quite slow selling compared to the other stuff as well. So when we go to introduce these cars, we've got to be very
And we've got to pick
careful
the right
about how
one.
we and introduce them into the market, because ultimately, guys, if we're investing money into tooling, we got to make sure that we can sell those cars, because if we don't, well, then that's just less new tools we get to make the next time around. So
But it's definitely not a no.
How
It's
about an
definitely on the list.
Definitely
FJ?
up there.
FJ Holden Ute. Now I'm
FJ
with this
Holden
guy.
is definitely on the list.
FX.
FX.
I can
Personal
confirm
favourite.
And it's not
FJ
too-
and FX
Okay.
will be
There we go.
My grandfather had
before the end of the year.
teal one that I've showed you photos of. That's pretty.
There you
cool.
go.
I
Just got the
love
hot
that.
tip. FJ.
It's going to be teal. It's going to be
by the
teal.
end of the year.
What about wagons?
What
Wagons.
about war?
Here's something we
Oh,
prepared earlier.
finally.
We've been waiting for the wagon
I
question.
just knew someone would ask for this, so 30 seconds ago I printed this. Show the people at home, Migueli.
Tell us what it is.
I spy with my little eye.
For the Ford fans.
Something
And for the Holden fans.
Just for the
Beginning
car community fans.
with wagon.
The wagon fans.
wagon?
Shaggin' wagon.
You can tell people what they are.
You going to
Dunno.
tell them?
Do we let them just...
So the
or-
first one, guys, that you
Are
had a
they-
bit of a
are
look
they
at
gonna
there
comment on what
is
it is?
an XY station wagon. So again, we've had a ton of people asking us to do wagons. Wagons are typically something that don't get produced in a lot of scales because really they can't make race cars, they can't make crazy versions of them, but I guess we can.
But it's a wagon. And
Wagons.
There's a lot... There's, you know, the wagons are very popular. There's a lot of call for wagons. I've got
That's it.
three. I've got 3 Holden wagons.
Sandman?
Well, now
Personal
I've got two.
favourite?
Look,
That'd be cool.
HQ
we
and
do it all then?
XY.
Exactly.
I've got two.
That's right.
You got three.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same.
shout out to my daughter who says she's watching.
There you go.
Hey!
Hey.
But super excited
See
about
what you
these
missed
guys,
out on,
these
Hayden
wagons.
McDonald? Family.
HQ to HZ in the wagons is being done, and XW and XY in the wagons are being done at the same time as well. So this
So
is
they're
going
our
to give
first
us,
wagons.
yeah, this is
Whoops.
going to give us 2 wagon
Click the wrong
bodies
button there.
to be able to
First,
put
but
in.
definitely not last.
That
We need
is
a
correct.
HG wagon.
Ooh.
That's a strange looking AU.
I
Holden.
have an AU Falcon.
Holden H Series Ute. Holden H Series Ute. Holden H Series Ute. Oh, there's a lot of comments saying that.
Is
Just
it
one,
just
person.
guy?
Just one
Yeah.
person.
Alright.
Will we get some Nats 2026?
Summer Nats 2026. We have to.
Well, yeah.
I've got to defend my honor.
That's right. You got to go
Your
back
Honour,
to the
oh, that's
Triple
right.
Crown.
What got me the job?
That's
Triple
right.
Crown,
yeah.
bruh.
That's it.
That's it. So how I met Miguel was Miguel half naked in OzWheels merch on the stage. Yes.
He told me
And
to.
I was like, well, there's that guy. He's cool.
Yep.
And here we are.
Ford Panos.
Ford
I didn't
Panos.
say pedos.
Ooh, like an XC.
Will you do an
like a
XY
sundowner.
GT with an
Escort panel
LS?
van, I reckon. Escort
A
panel
what?
van.
Isuzu tilt tray. Sick.
Hey, I mean, we could do an OzWheels tilt tray. I mean, I don't know if I want to get the Isuzu license.
But
Oh
again,
my
like,
dear Lord,
we-
just read that comment and do not repeat it. It's
I
gone.
missed it.
I will have to tell you that one later. That is a horrible joke.
I read the first half. It seemed hilarious.
Or Escort?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Score.
Gemmies,
Oh,
the
a Gemini.
Gemmies.
So I get asked for that so much. Like, it would blow your
My
mind.
first car was a
Did
Gemini.
you see the Gemini I took videos of at Brashanats? That thing
No.
was sick. I think it's a local dude, Caboolture. It's the orange one that was spitting fire when we were up on the top.
Yeah.
That was cool.
My
Yeah.
first car was a TD Gemini.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Jokes are still coming through.
Oh no, the jokes haven't stopped.
My first car was a Lancer, kitted up to look like an Evo with all 60 horsepower.
You just want to be like him.
Bro,
Ting,
no,
ting,
he's
ting,
got all-wheel
ting,
drive.
ting, ting,
I had
ting.
to turn the air conditioning off so I could get the front wheels to spin with the clutch because
Macca's
otherwise
trade.
it wouldn't work.
Any plans for an FB Holden Ute?
Oh, I've been asked for it a lot, but not in the current planning, no.
Here's a cool idea. Would you guys do an Australia Day car?
We have talked about an Australia Day car.
That'd be cool.
Well, we did actually go to make one this year. We
Transporter.
just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Fair. Transporters would be sick. I was with that guy earlier.
Well, see, like transporters. So what we've talked about transporters is when I was younger, the way we used to transport cars, we'd have a mate's car and a trailer. So that might be something cool to
Like
look
an
at.
AU towing an AU.
That's right.
Whoa, that'd be cool.
Holden towing an AU.
The Holden
Yeah.
would be on the trailer.
Someone's yelled
it'd
my
be
name.
towing.
What did the musician name
Yeah.
his twin daughter? That's good. I like this one.
We're still going with jokes.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Marlon Wardrop. What did the musician call his daughters? And the one and the two. I like that one, mate. You
That
don't
was
win
good.
anything, but it's great.
Yeah, there you go.
Falcon or Commodore with a caravan or car trailer, twin pack with trailers, VTs. Goddamn SLE commie, please.
Oh, I like that.
Tow rigs. SVO tow truck in the making? A Clayton.
Oh, maybe.
Maroon Holden WB with a hurricane rim.
We need an A9X with a Barra. You can stay, David. I like you. Yep. Let's start a poll. On
I think
the
it's past
Facebook
your
page.
bedtime. The
A9X.
crazy house closes at 7:30. Body
Wanna
kits.
talk about
Yeah,
what's in front of
probably.
them.
We probably need to talk about what's in front of us.
That thing there. Let's show them that.
This
That
is my
cool.
paperweight.
Let's show them.
Multiples of them.
I don't
Yeah.
even think I'm going to be able to hold this up without smashing my computer. I'm a really, really strong guy, guys. So this is actually incredibly heavy, but it's okay because I've got the
36
muscles of the Rock himself.
What do we have there?
So I thought, guys, that I would bring into the room and show you guys in the live
Catch.
my favorite collectible. Now this is a copper template. So this is what they use to create the female components of the tooling, guys. So the only way to achieve or own one of these is if you own your own tooling. So this is pretty special for me. This is the HQ 4-door. This is the very first tooling that was actually made and paid for solely by me and owned by me. So this was something really, really special to me specifically. And yeah, really my favorite collectible.
I love seeing them on your desk, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, well, we don't have the ability to show you guys, but I have
Break the glass.
One
Honest to
of
God, they would break the
every
glass.
single
They are pretty heavy.
one of the copper templates. For me, that's what I collect because again, they are a true one of one. Even if I get a sample or something made, ultimately it can be replicated. The copper templates just can't be. So the only way to get these done is if you have the 3Ds and have had your tooling made.
As a collector, would there ever be a possibility of us collectors getting, say, a prototype version of one of the cars in a series?
So I have actually looked at this a little bit in the past and wondered how to do it, because if we were to do something like that, obviously I want to do it quite limited and make them quite special, but it has to be for a specific reason. And we floated the idea a few times about potentially doing some of our expo cars and things like that and do one carded up. I'm not 100% sold on the idea purely because there is a lot of variation in these when they print them.
Yeah,
So
true.
sometimes the detail's not 100% perfect.
Well, that's where the comments and the feedbacks come back, and they're
Yeah.
always, saying this isn't good or the A-pillar looks wrong, but then you see the final product and it's great. But I think it'd be a really good addition to bring all of these to our Diecast Expo and have them on display so people can actually see them. That'd be a really
I
cool
think so.
addition.
Well, look, it's even something, to be honest with you, man, that I talked about doing in the Collector Club as something that we could potentially give away at the end of the month. Each month we do a draw and, something like that, so that it's the only way to get them is to win them, because I hate the idea of anything being pay to win, if that makes sense. So being able to get these out to people just by being involved and being engaged with the community and everything that we love and care about.
A comment. Please read my comment. A classic
Just
VK Blue Meanie towing a VE HDT Blue Meanie. That's a combo and a half.
Be the other way around, you'd think.
Yeah, you'd tow the other way. Vauxhall Vagabond.
Oh,
A vagabond? Oh,
No, mad vagabond, call me what
mate,
you
I
will.
haven't seen one of those in years.
Right, so what are we showing more stuff on the table or what?
we've just
No.
had a question from Shane Coe's son
Shane.
Kenko's son.
about something that was given to you at Brashanats.
Something was given to you at Brashanats, and I know you wanted to talk about it.
Something personal.
Something personal that I have right here. Aha! Bro, thank you so much for this. Guys, when we were at Brasher, I was talking with Shane and we were going back and forward about like the different stuff that we love and what we collect and things that we're passionate about. And I was showing him a Simpsons tattoo that I have on my calf and talking a little bit about that and the bonding over it with my sister and, what that means to me. And he actually turned around and left Brashanats and went and got this for me and brought it back into me. And to be honest with you, I was pretty taken back. But thanks, bro. I've got it right here. I had it even tonight to show and talk about. This one lives on my desk, dude, right beside my phone. I look at it every single day, man, and I really appreciate it. Hey, it's amazing. Thank you
If
so
people
much.
don't know who that is, Shane's got a YouTube channel. It's Shane Co. I think it's Shane
YouTube
Co.
channel.
So he's got a
Shane
YouTube channel.
Shane Co HD.
Yeah.
And if anyone's looking for presents that I like, $100 notes are pretty fair.
Me, I'll stick with my Homer figurines. Thanks, bro.
What about you? You want some... He just
I'm
wants
fine.
smiles
I
and
was
hugs.
waiting for Tiny to be like, I'll take some money.
I'm
Tiny
always up for
genuinely,
money, but-
Tiny
Free money.
loves when
I'm always
people
up for
come up
money,
to him at
but-
events and hug
I'm
him.
always up for money, but
He does. He
does.
told me
He
that.
does. He
Oh,
loves
did I?
being hugged
He
Oh.
does.
at events. Yeah, just make sure you
I
hug
have
him.
had to learn to do that, but I've also had to learn to look at who it is, because the first few times I got hugged down around my waist, I thought it was one of my children, and I turned around and started patting them on the head, and it was a random child. That was
David
awkward.
Hardcastle's also said, "What about an LJ with a Barra?" Well, we'll let Luke Mitchell answer that question.
We wanted to do an LC.
Hey,
we
Luke,
did want to do an
hey,
LC
Luke.
with the Barra.
Hey, Luke, could we pull the LS out of Evil LJ and put a better motor in it? Please make sure
We
he's
could
not
change
watching.
the name of it.
Kick him out of the live, quick, before he sees.
Instead of Evil LJ, we could call it Holy LJ.
Oh
Yeah. I like that idea.
Yeah.
no.
He's going to cut us.
I'm fearing for all of our health.
That's all right. You live closer to him than
We
us.
are going to wrap this up shortly, guys. So just get a couple more in. We really thank you for joining us. We've had a lot of people comment, a lot of viewers. We've gone well over the time that we thought we would. Tiny, Adrian, and myself do have to drive many hours home. You don't. You live very close.
Yep, 15
Um,
minutes.
what-
8 in the Maloo.
What's against the pillows?
I'm 160
What is against
kilometers
the
away.
pillows?
Righto.
Okay.
Soft.
This is pretty cool.
Let's just
Stop
finish
the
these
questions
off.
for a minute. Let's
We'll
have
pass
a
these
look.
over to our media man, and he can give you some close-ups of these.
Miggy Media, as Luke calls me.
Now, these came
First-
from a little bit of a curveball concept idea, I suppose.
You want me to do this one first?
Yep, go for it. These were a product that we started playing with, a concept idea, after
Get
we
them
were
a better,
approached.
clearer view. Throw that in front of the GoPro, Adrian.
We were approached by arguably the biggest major retailer in the country.
That's all we're going to say about who it is.
And they asked us that they would love to be involved with the brand. They'd love something cool to be able to offer you guys at home that are collecting the brand. And in true OzWheels fashion, well, we had to do something special.
So it had to be something kid friendly as well.
And kid friendly. So what we've done
Orientated
with
at
this,
kids.
guys, is that this is our Australian take, or our OzWheels take, on the OG Cops and Robbers. So we call this set the Outlaws versus
Oz Outlaws
Enforcers.
versus the Enforcers.
That's right. So the Oz Outlaws, of course, being based on all of us in the crew. So you'll have Wildcard. I threw the misses in there under Sass Queen.
Sass Queen.
Always got something to say. We got Lukey's in there
Luke,
with Big
Big
Rig.
Rig.
Queen.
Big Rig.
That's Queen.
And that's in the first three. We've also got one for Tiny. Tell them, bro.
Bearded Bandit.
Bearded Bandit. And Migueli.
Well, they had to go back to the drawing board for mine because they called me Red Rocket, which is dog dick. So we're going to refigure what you called me because someone didn't pass that through testing very
Well,
well.
I thought chili would be good because
Chili Willy.
it's nice in the mouth, but then it gives you the shits after a while.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. Is that why we've come up with chili?
Oh, great. That's amazing.
There we go. That's now we know
Bet-
why chili is in.
Better than Matchstick or Spitfire.
Or spit.
I like chili.
And we've got one more. And it's a
we do
tribute to a
have
man
one
that's
more.
helped us out a lot with
That's
Smoke
right.
Bomber Build.
That's right. And that is Old Boy. So
Oh, boy.
we put Old Boy in there.
We
Old
did.
Boy, of course, you would
Luke's
see on
old
the
man.
socials.
Luke's
Luke's
old
old man. And we've
Red
dubbed him
Rocket.
affectionately
Mongrel.
Mongrel.
Because he's far from a mongrel.
Now,
But
the,
hey,
reason,
you know.
the reason why we do this, guys, is because from the first time I ever met Old Boy, I was like, Lukey, what's your dad do here? And he went, oh, him? He's my pit bull.
You know what he can't do? He can't line a car up to save his life. If you are ever at an event and you're a retailer or person with a car and you see Old Boy lining up Smoke Bomber or LJ, I will personally give you a prize if you walk up to him and say it's not straight and do some kind of like finger movement.
You're going to get him punched, man.
Yeah. And then run.
And then run away really quick.
Old Boy's a legend. You can go back on our socials and see a video we put up of him. He's the heart and soul of the group at times. He is the mongrel, but he's also the most nicest, heartiest guy you'll meet. He's either in there helping,
And old girl too.
an old
And
golf
old girl
course
too.
helping, or is colouring in with Lila and making sure Grandpa's, still being a grandpa. And old girl, we love you too. Thank you so much for being our mum. So
Look, and this is what I mean, guys. Really, we're pretty spoiled in the OzWheels family. Like between my old man and Old Boy and old girl and me mum as well. Like we just got all these parental figures coming out of everywhere. The ones that ground us and keep us sane and make sure we don't do anything too psychotic in these crazy cars that we
How
love.
far away are these? People are wanting to know.
More information to come on those. We just gave you a sneak peek.
Yeah, so
Sneak
these
peek.
are
This
these
is
are
where we-
samples, guys. So I
Sneak peek.
can't confirm 100% the time frame and ETA on those yet, purely because we
Panta
have
pants.
to have it all signed. That was my first pick,
No.
but I thought you wouldn't like that.
I don't.
I
pre-
don't.
Now, like I said earlier, guys, Jesse loves to be able to give you guys insides, but that doesn't mean we know an ETA. So
Or you know us as well. We like to tease for a bit as well.
tease for a bit, make sure everything's right. It's up to you guys. If you just want something out straight away, we could get the 13th handful car out to you next week, or whatever you really want. But
But yeah,
there's been a few questions.
Yeah,
Any more
let's shoot
handful
'em.
cars?
Are we showing this at all as well? These?
Yeah, do we want to show close-ups of the car?
Yeah, show some close-ups. Adrian's over there doing
Oh,
it in
yeah.
the nice
Adrian,
high quality
I have a
H2O.
car.
Well, you want to go number one? Go number one
I
first.
did it,
Go number
Adrian.
one.
Go number one first.
Up close. This is the brand new
So this is the Maloo.
FSD series.
Now, we had a
Maloo.
few questions, guys, why the sample didn't have the tonneau cover on. And the reality of the fact was, unfortunately,
No, do tell me, guys.
everyone here at OzWheels HQ
We had
are
it.
cripples.
Yeah.
So when we dropped it and it fell on the ground and it went under the desk, that's just where it stayed.
That's just stayed there.
It's just stayed there. So
So it was always going to have a
it
tonneau
was
cover.
always going to have the tonneau
It
cover.
was always going to have the hard lid, sorry.
You know, that is the Maloo, guys.
That's
That
the
is the
Maloo.
look.
And the location of the Maloo is Adelaide in front of the old Holden factory.
I'm glad we got there in the end because you'd send me the list of locations in a
Yep.
different order than the cars were in. And I was
Oh.
telling Jesse I needed the list because I was going out for dinner. And then I did it while playing
No,
pool. And
I put
it was my bad.
each car.
Yeah. But they weren't in the same
Replied-
order as the 1 to 6.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, no, my bad.
What do we got there? Number 2.
We're only human here,
the
guys. We do
XW,
make mistakes.
And we did the location of that Service Paradise, the Gold Coast.
We do, unfortunately, but luckily enough, we have the most amazing
Did
fans
Chris
in the
Marlin
world.
win anything?
Not that I know of. The name doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, he has now. I'm giving him something. He said, we're all winners with the products he's made.
Oh,
There you go.
you're a
Legend.
legend, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. You're a legend. I do see his name and profile picture come up a few times. You can get something out of
There
that.
you go.
Your back is
You want me
healthier.
to get something out of
Get
there?
something for Chris there.
Do we do a big? Oh,
Oh, damn.
LC is in Perth.
there you go.
Hell
That's
season.
Chris's prize. I put it up in
Chris.
front of the camera, and then Adrian just
Toy
got all up
Fair
in there.
Ute. Mate, going out to you. Toy Fair Ute. Did you write his name down?
What's next? A9X.
A9X.
A9X is on the Bathurst track.
Chris Marlin.
Now, just to quickly touch on those cars, guys, that we were doing for the major retailer, the new samples that you're seeing as well, just so that we are clear from the get-go, these are going to be carded. Red belly.
Do you want to write that one down?
Okay, so we just want everyone to know. I know that lots of rumors will get spreaded everywhere
Right.
and about different things. We always want to make sure, first and foremost, guys, that we protect the brand and the retailers and the network that supports the brand.
Stripper for the
So
cut. Chris
we've done
Marlin.
this as a bit of a spin-off product.
And they're
just for
actually
them.
regular carded. They're not in a protector.
Correct.
They send us
28
samples of the
people.
cards. Finally, the factory sent us samples of the cards so we can then make corrections off us, which hasn't happened in the past. Samples of the cards, and we just put them in the protector to show you guys what they
they're
would
gonna
look
look
like.
like.
So
But I'm super excited about this set, guys. So on top of the Outlaws and
I'll still show
Enforcers,
the
of
cards.
course,
yeah,
we
go.
have 6 standard cars as well, which are going to be bog stock standard. They won't have all the Outlaws or the Police Enforcers logos all over them. They're just going to be plain cars in some cool, leery, light colours. Something awesome.
And they will
for
be
the
red
kids.
bellies as well, carded. But it's not going to stop
Got
the
a,
mystery boxes. That's still happening as well.
Another big supporter I see comment all the time, Glenn Pike in the chat here. Said his 2 boys, 9 and 7, absolutely love the OzWheels. They can't get enough of them. Love that.
Oh,
Thanks,
what a
mate.
legend. Thanks, bro. Tell your boys they're absolute legends.
Jesse made my son so happy giving him a hat at the Pulse Expo.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
You are the
no.
Oprah.
Oh,
You
dude,
gave away a bit of stuff at the
I-
Pulse Expo,
I-
didn't you?
I tend to get myself in a little bit of trouble with that at events, and I do apologize, guys, because
Don't do any more stripper
I'm a
dancing.
bit of
You'll
a
rip your tits.
philanthropist at heart, but you know, I've never been in a position to do it in that way. But seeing that people love the brand so much, I sort of can't help myself. So if I annoy you by giving you stuff, well, get over it.
New FSDs, they're going to be $12, $20, $30. What's the RRP going to be on?
So the RRP on FSD. So I see a lot of this jumping up and down, guys. So the reason why the first lot of FSD in the special editions we
Yes,
released
David.
were $19.99 is because they came in the protector's factory. So of course we had to take into account for the cost of the protector, but also the shipping costs that go in tow with that, because as you can imagine, you can fit way more or way less, sorry, in a box with these protectors taking up more room as well. So that was the reason why they were $19.99, but the actual RRP of FSD cars is $17.99. Now, you will see that
Variations.
price fluctuate all over the market, guys. As much as we can try and set as good of an RRP as we can, unfortunately, by law, we're not allowed to enforce that on the network, because if we do that, we can actually get in a lot of trouble. So we can make recommendations to them all, of course, and then try and get them to as many different store locations as we can to try and get them to you at the best price possible. But if all else ever fails, guys, if you are local, when you see us being at one of these car events, we don't have the stock online, we don't list it online, but whenever we are at events, we do take a whole heap of this product that we keep a small percentage of every single drop of. So if there is a car that you're missing, guys, out of your OzWheels set, if you think
That's right.
you're close or you're happy to have the drive.
Like our Brash and Nats, we even had loose, so singles of Series 1.
Correct.
And we have very, very, very limited of that stuff.
Yeah,
and we only take it to events.
There's maybe a couple of
right.
cartons, I think, of Series 1 and Series 2 left. And again, guys, that's because we just kept a small percentage of them, specifically only for these shows. But if there's something that you're hunting out or something that you might be missing, come down and have a chat to us. You don't know.
Doesn't matter if it's all GM day, all Ford day.
That's right.
I sold some Fords yesterday at old GM day.
Yep.
The young fella was missing some out of his Series 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Again,
With that said,
events.
we probably touched base on it before, but I do see a lot of the comments. You know, people speculate and read into it way too much. They think that we can keep products aside for shows. That's why they're getting chases and stuff at shows. But you explained it to me earlier. Like, it's just the fact that we bring one of everything there, and it's more of a chance. The lottery is higher when they're there.
We seriously don't know what boxes the chasers are in.
Well, as an example,
I've seen it all with you guys opening it and
like
shitting yourselves.
The first box I opened,
yeah,
the first car I pulled out happened to be a chase. It was totally random.
Well,
every other box I opened that day, there was no chase. We don't know where the chase.
We sold 800 cars, individual cars, at Bathurst, and we had 2 supers come out. So ultimately, guys, what it comes down to, and the way they do this, none of the inners are marked, none of the outers are marked. Nobody knows where the chasers are, except for when they put them in at the factory. When we get orders here pulled, you will have seen even in the smoke bomber cars, to make sure that there is never any type of, what's the word, favoritism or anything from any of the staff. All the names get blanked. All the orders get pre-packed into boxes, and the box gets marked if it has 1 full set in it. Then all the cars that are 1 full set get stacked on a big pallet. We've got photos and videos of all this to show you as well, to try and make it as fair as humanely possible. No one knows which person they're being shipped to. That's even any of my staff. At events, no one knows where the chasers are in any of the cartons. They are all randomly inserted. We even have started just pulling the top 2 out and putting them on the tables to sell them, so that then if there is any chase in the box, we can pull them out, throw them on the table, good to go. So that people can walk up and find them. So we're trying, guys, to do everything that we can to get these out to you as fair as possible. But to be completely, brutally honest to anyone who wants to still hurl shade, if I wanted chase cars, mate, I'd order a whole box of them directly for me. I don't need to go through my product and pull chasers out and do anything ridiculous like that with my time. I would never, ever, ever do it. Okay?
And the chasers that we show on videos like this, like,
correct,
are ones that you've had sent directly.
Well, they're
to
samples,
That's
bro,
right,
and this is part of the process. Like even the handful. So as an example, guys, and I can give you this. For the handful chase walls, I got them to send me a inner of 12 of sample super chasers that I had stock to be able to put out on the shelf. So I do this, guys, specifically so that it doesn't ruin the integrity of finding the chasers and things like that. We're even looking at options to number them. You know, we've done a lot of work, or I've done a lot of work specifically with the buyers of a lot of the retail chains to make sure that they are on top of making sure that their staff aren't pulling out the chase cars and giving you guys at home the best possible chance to get them. But
we're doing as much as we can do.
Other than that, guys, there's not a whole ton that we can do other than, again, moving around to all these events, making sure we have product that we can offer you guys and be as honest and transparent as we can.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about the mystery bags that we've been doing lately?
That's actually not a bad idea. Just before we go, guys,
Quick
Another
shout
thing
out to
we've
the
been
guys
doing at
across the
events.
ditch too. Got a bunch of dudes from New Zealand.
Oh,
always comment.
yes, our
Michael
Kiwi
Scott.
fans.
Oh, we're getting late for them now, wouldn't
Michael.
it?
And
We're getting late for
Oh,
them.
boy, give me a.
Ramsey.
I think Michael deserves a prize because he's been one of our biggest
He
Kiwi
has.
supporters
Michael,
everywhere, man, on all the page.
every day is
Bring me the
commenting.
prize box.
So is I believe last name Ramsey from New Zealand.
So we're
always
shipping
comment.
something to New Zealand right now.
Shipping to
Yep,
New
we're
Zealand.
shipping a freebie to
Oh,
New Zealand.
oh,
Let's get a
bitch,
good
bro.
one. Oh, boo. Oh, Toy Fair car.
Oh,
Hey, that's for you, bro. Thanks for all the support, man. I see you.
yeah, so don't read into it at all, guys. The numbers that you might see in some of these pages, they don't add up. I ask Jesse all the time. I'm like, some of our comments are saying some stuff about where cars are and numbers of cars and stuff like this, and it's probably one of the reasons you don't even number the chases. Like, you can't pull these numbers just because you and your friends talked about who got a super chase and who doesn't. Doesn't mean you know exactly where they are, because we don't know where they are.
We have
The factory
no idea.
doesn't know where they are. So at the end of the day, anything you've been getting told is just speculation.
And even to a point, guys, a lot of people won't post online if they do find supers, because what happens is they get abused
Lots of
by
conspiracy
people who
theorists
want to
go.
buy them.
Lots.
So, it's something that we always have to be cautious of. And, again, I'll be straight up honest. I've probably been offered $100,000 at different points and in smaller dollar amounts for chase cars, for super chase cars, but I would never sell one. Never once ever would I take money. And you could ask that in some of the community groups. There's quite a few guys and prominent names that I know that would private message me and try
Daily.
and get my phone number daily and offering $3, $4, $5,000.
people that have got our phone
Like,
numbers.
this is what I mean. But we would
So obviously
never.
there's always a certain amount of
ever
number
do
that go
that.
out, but we can't tell you where they are. That's the hardest.
Correct.
And any
Insane
super
thing.
chases that we.
I mean, when I
pull
got
out
on
of
board, I
boxes,
asked you privately, like, oh, how do you know where they are? you
don't.
You don't. I'm
You
like,
don't.
So, yeah, don't
And
read
then-
into it, guys.
Back into these. So, we have started at events. You will start seeing these little black bags pop up, guys, that we're calling our OzWheels mystery bags. Now, the reason why we started doing this is, of course, we get the occasional product with like a damaged card, but the car is perfect. Or as an example, we have maybe 1,000 odd advent calendars still left from last year. So a ton of people have been commenting online about that they wanted to try and find these calendars. They wanted to find the chase calendars, the full chase calendars. So what we've decided
Which
to
are
do
out there. Like, they're definitely out there.
is break all of the advent calendars down into mystery bags. Now, included in that, we put in any of the damaged FSD cards that we have. We just rip them off and we put them in there. So every event we've been at, we've had Toy Fair cars, we've had
And we're
Super
doing
Chasers,
these.
Smoke Bombers.
How much are we doing them for? 2 for $10.
2 for $10, guys, for these. So we do them
Okay.
at $5 a pop.
We had a super chase in there.
We did. There's been quite a few. But also the reason why we're doing this, guys, is because I had a ton of people asking about where all the Chase advent calendars went. And I will say we've had 3 people message through the page and say they found a full super advent calendar, but they refused to post it online anywhere because they were concerned they were going to cop a lot of abuse over it. So
Like,
what we're trying to do...
People that have got chase cars, like high demand chase cars, like, for instance, Smoke Bomber, OG, the chase car, the very first one. The guy that found that,
Timmy Rowe.
Timmy, he got absolutely hammered with people wanting to buy it. He had to block people.
He had to block people
Like,
because they wouldn't accept no
yeah,
for an answer,
right.
and he was getting abused. So it is definitely something. We're not making excuses on this, but to ultimately get back to my point, we're doing this, guys, so that we can split up all the cars and give everyone a bit of a chance to feel around and maybe find something cool. But also for 2, if I do come across any that are full super or chase calendars, we're just going to run comps online for you to win them. Because at the end of the day, that was the point of them, guys. We wanted them to get out to you guys. It doesn't benefit me having stock sitting in my warehouse that I haven't sold. Doesn't benefit me having super chasers sitting around here, which I'm sure there is some in those sets.
We don't have to open these advent calendars because they will just sell at Christmas time. But, like, you just
No, it's
wanna
good we
do it
touched
to-
on
this
that. I
is
think
it.
that's a good question that's been coming through. But
That's why I thought I'd address it a little
shout
bit.
out here, Julie. She's on their way to the Tablelands, staying
Hey,
at Tablelands
guys.
tonight on their way to Supercars and Gazanats at Darwin. So
Give a big shout out to Handful,
Handful
Mark
will
and
be there.
Julie.
throwing it down on the pod.
Safe travels. Yeah, hope there's no issues.
Don't really care the trade. All right, I reckon we're getting pretty much time. We are well and truly
Or
over.
are we overtime?
We are very over time. I think it's a pretty yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, it's been a pretty great honesty session. I think we touched
You
base
get
on a lot of
paid?
stuff.
Everyone here's earned money from OzWheels but me.
I guess we're not closing down yet.
Nah, just joshing. All right, guys. Thank you very much for everyone that jumped on and got involved. We
And
hope you loved the
Probably one
prizes.
last question. Do you want us to do more of these?
That's the other thing too.
More of, sorry.
Do you want us to do more of these? More of these
Oh, of
nights?
course,
more of
yeah.
these things? Do you guys want us to do more, or is that enough
This
for you and you
been
don't
this has
like-
been pretty fun. Obviously, we could split these down into a bit of a less long time, so your
Maybe an
Monday
hour.
night doesn't get dragged out. I'm sure some of you have got to go to bed, but no, we've really appreciated this, guys. It's been pretty fun. Thank everyone that's been watching, everyone who's won a prize. Congratulations. We didn't want to come on here and make it too structured, so we just wanted the free flow, and I think that's worked pretty well.
There's probably one other thing that we do have to talk about that probably is something like people message us all the time on OzWheels Messenger.
Constantly. Remember, I'm doing the page.
But like
It's a wild-
people say, oh, you don't reply to us. We're very, very, very small stuff. There's
What
not
you
many.
see here.
The first year, it was me, Jesse, Steph, and then whatever help we got from DDA stuff and your parents.
Yep.
We did that for a whole year. It's only been this year we've started bringing more people on. But as we bring them on, the messages, like we literally get hundreds of messages a day. And that's why we can't always reply. We can't reply to every single message. We're getting hundreds and hundreds.
And trust me, guys, we would love to be able to do that. But the
Hundreds.
problem is, as well, is we don't want to just shoot you one message and not be able to have a conversation. So whenever we jump on there, we always try to make ourselves a bit more available instead of just a one-word answer or reply. Specifically myself as well, I try to jump on there and have in-depth conversations with you. But ultimately, there's only so many hours in a
And it
day.
is something that people do, we never get back to you. Like, we
Yeah,
literally
and at the end of the day, we are
hundreds and
humans.
hundreds.
We've got to remember that. Like, I'll see a message come through and tell Jesse he's got to reply to it, but he could be chasing up something in a factory, or he might be chasing up the next idea, or Tiny's busy designing it. Adrian is absolutely smashing it at the back behind, closed doors, doing all the orders, going down to events live. I know myself personally, I own a tattoo shop, so I'm busy tattooing when I'm trying to get out these contents as well. So, we are real people. Unfortunately, we can't reply to everything. If you do have an urgent matter, please email, because we do have those departments there to help get through the emails. And when we say urgent, we mean something like an order is, say, missing, not a smoke bomber but something is missing, something's not right, or an urgent thing. We try and keep up as much as we can.
And it's hard as well because amongst all those serious emails, we also get messages like, "Oh, will you do a EH in blue?"
And just remember,
Or a lot
we
of,
don't do
hey,
personal
can I please
cards.
have a chase car?
Or a lot of
Or,
messages
hey, I bought
asking
this,
us.
can I have a chase car? So we never, ever, guys, give out chase cars based on people asking for them. And if anything, right, it makes it harder for us to send it to you, even if you genuinely were able to get one if you've asked for it. Because the problem is that someone might then take that as a, well, I asked for it and that's why I got it. When we do not do that, guys. So I appreciate the enthusiasm and I absolutely love it, but don't do that, because if anything, it doesn't work in your favour.
And people do get chase cars. Look at tonight, 1 of 36. Someone just won a smoke.
Yeah, well, that one I didn't even know was in there. Thank Adrian for that, guys. He took that off my chase wall.
Lastly, guys, behind the scenes, we've been running this YouTube channel up a little bit lately because we do plan on bringing a lot more really cool content out to you guys. I've just pinned a comment. Could you please go on there, give it a follow, hit the bell, make sure you're getting the notifications on, share it around to your friends. We really want to drive the numbers up on that so then we can continue doing these kind of things, doing them at events, putting out some really nice long content, because eventually we would like to be able to put longer episodes out there for your entertainment purposes, which is going to help us drive up, production, cars more frequently and all that sort of jazz. But we need the backing, and one of our ideas is to get this YouTube up and running a little bit there, and just that's the way you can support us back. Make sure you're liking and sharing. We appreciate it, as you can see in the comments and the live feed tonight. We've given out some prizes. That's how much it means to us.
Had a bit of fun.
You know, throw out some free products because it is worth a lot to us having these comments. And
Everyone's asking me if we go and do OzWheels tats.
well, I was going to put it by is we could do an OzWheels tattoo flash day at my shop where everyone has to get OzWheels tattoos, and Jesse can do them. I'll do some. I'm sure I can.
You can do mine first.
OzWheels hand tats.
All right, tell me, guys. I really want OzWheels tattooed across my knuckles, but I've been told that it will give me bikey vibes, so I don't want to get myself in trouble. What does everyone think? I like.
You're getting OzWheels tats on your knuckles. Why did you ask that? You're getting OzWheels tats on your knuckles now.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
Everybody, G up my missus. Tell her it's awesome. All right? Tell her. Thank you.
Sass Queen. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hashtag Sass Queen. Let him get OzWheels tats.
That's so mean. Here you go, guys. I'll put the shop in there. Give it a look. If there's any ladies in the group, my wife does cosmetic tattooing. We'll be able to get a flash day sorted, I reckon.
I reckon.
I reckon do some OzWheels tats. It'll be pretty fun.
Hell yeah. I think that'd be so much fun.
Oz, you're a clean skin?
No, I'm not getting that. Not happening.
Tiny,
Oh,
a thousand,
come on, bro.
a thousand comments.
You gotta let me brand you. Come on.
1,000 comments.
Doesn't matter how many comments there is. It's not
The
happening.
second my media page gets to 1,000 followers from tonight,
Not
we'll
happening.
hold him down, roofie him, and give him a tat.
Not happening.
I will help in this.
Not happening.
Adrian's going to get a tat.
It's going on his butt cheek.
It's 1,000 comments hanging to $1 million maybe, but definitely not 1,000 comments.
Alana from earlier said, do it. You
Not
pussy.
happening.
Oh.
You pussy.
If you want, I'll start a GoFundMe page. If it gets to 1 million, I will.
Anal said do
But
it.
if it's like no
A
comments,
million yen.
if it's 1,000 comments, it ain't happening.
A million rupiah.
Yeah. $1 million JPY. That's
not
about
happening.
$20.
It's not happening.
Lastly, I put in Tiny's dioramas. Are they in here? You already follow Tiny's dioramas for maybe some ideas there. But yeah.
I think that's it from us
There you
now,
go.
guys.
Done.
Well, you've been good. I've been great. Kiss your mum goodnight. Don't stay up too late. I think we're done.
Goodbye, my
Yeah.
beautiful people. Thank you for
F5.
all the fun. Catch you in the next video.
I'm going to leave you guys with a little video of Bring It, thrashing it around at Brashanats with yours truly in the car. Yes. Laters and good night.
Round in my pants.